Alex, you can tell me I'm live or not. Noticed from LYON in the past few days, and that's with the Nocturne ban. So often in these game ones, the Orianna and the Azir get traded, but what LYON has consistently done is they trade and take the Nocturne because the Nocturne then turns the Control Mage matchup, but they've gone ahead, gotten rid of both the Akali and the Nocturne to hopefully protect Darkwing's Orianna first pick a little bit more.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we are just going to see the Azir as the trade. Saint definitely a big fan of that pick in particular. And it is kind of the standard these days. You know, not as many AD jungle bans on the table as we had seen yesterday. We had been seeing so many bans in that series, you know, focused on the AD junglers. It did push people a little bit outside of the norm as far as those picks go, even allowing us to see things like that Flick Specborn in the jungle.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, just trading the two picks. But now is likely to be the blind pick junglers, unless Inspired wants to do something crazy in game one. Fairly unlikely, though, with very standard draft going on so far. All the global junglers have been banned away, with the Pantheon going out as well. And an interesting takeaway here, Inspired, while he is a fine Jarvan... A crazy Ebbs, welcome to the stream. Happy partner anniversary.
For game one, you're kind of
may take a while for people to show up. People watching the
Zin, Jarvan,
VCT, maybe a quick check-in.
You know, first game type of tier for those AD junglers. And it is basically exclusively AD junglers these days with the AP mid laners. So Hanbok will get his choice of, I'm expecting, as I said, the Vi or the Xin. It's really just what he thinks fits the composition. And in this case, it is going to be the Xin. And I think it makes sense for Sentinels because Huhi is such a strong engage player. They don't necessarily need to have Hanbok, you know, playing on that Vi, playing that engage role because Huhi can easily fill that.
This is where I'm really glad that we have Fearless because I'm totally Lucy Rage 77. Welcome to the chat. Once a series.
Yes.
That's great.
And then,
so great guys. Have at it. I don't know. VCT may be over fast today.
First game. And that's what we see in so many of these series. A little bit
for
interesting
the
though.
Santiago. Lucy Rage, welcome. First chatter here.
Yep, the Varus, of course, is banned.
I got myself some hot tea just in case. Is Shio going to be here? Did I say he was going to be here, or did he say he was going to be here?
Answer that we see most of the time in the LCS, so
let's see.
Necessarily have to go too crazy.
How did you know Shio might be here, Rocky?
So pretty much as standard gets here for the first three picks on both sides. The top side of the map has been locked in, so it's just going to be bot lane focus bans.
Yeah, it is a bummer not to be there.
Targeting Huhi a bit, trying to trim that engage support pool a bit. And see if you can get a more preferential matchup as a result, because it feels like you kind of know, given the first three, that Huhi is going to be playing engage.
Absolutely.
Hey, Wee Runix, Matt Curve. Really he said it on his stream. Yeah, he was planning on joining the stream once he once Santiago ended, which looks like it's going to end pretty fast. And this is a best of 5 today, so we'll see what happens. That was the plan. Hey, Kawhi Chamoyada.
Absolutely. I mean, generally, when you look at a lot of these long-time top laners, Nara is one of their, you know, at least in their top 5, right? Because it has been such a consistent champion for so long. Ashe is going to be banned out, which
Energy's close to closing that out, so we'll see what happens.
Bot lane, which has become so highly prioritized these days.
SEN roster. We actually can't make announcements on roster until contracts are signed and everything's filled with Riot. So hopefully we'll have some announcements next week. That's the goal.
They will go towards in this first game, and it's just really dealer's choice, especially on the LYON side. You know, they could just go.
All right, well, who said it? Rocky 21. Like you said, hopefully the energy match ends soon, and then we can be.
Yeah, the Lulu as well as the Ashe bans from LYON definitely cut out, I'd say, 2 of the more explosive scaling lanes.
Shadow Wager, I do always think is funny and has great energy, so
oftentimes like game 1 drafts now.
I said it, and he seemed to be he's a big League of Legends fan.
Banning there by LYON, but I'm still going to be really interested in this Gnar versus Renekton matchup, only because Impact, those are his 2 most played all time, is Renekton and Gnar, and then Dokla is just opting into, you know, a Gnar Renekton battle with a Master.
Yeah, Impact has a lot of experience in that kind of matchup, and Impact has been having a bit of a resurgence this year.
Hey, Joe Chavez, 3513.
Last year's performance with
There's a big match today.
Honestly, a lot of people felt like kind of got thrown under the
Hello,
bus,
Cameron, 4602.
What TL has accomplished this split, which has got to feel really good for them with TL getting knocked out yesterday.
Clouds, the real. Yeah, well,
I can't believe I didn't mention it. Finished 4th
again.
It will.
Just, you know, the more
I said our hope is that we have some news, if not next week, the week after, so that we can lock in and get ready for stage 1.
Really impressive Ezreal game in their final game against Jan's Lucian, was really out trading him in the mid lane, showcasing his skill on that pick. Looked really, really strong. So the question is, where does Sentinels want to go? Corki Nami would be a really
so this is a best of 5, lower bracket, losers out, winner plays Cloud9 tomorrow in the grand final.
So it is a bit of a different style of comp here for Sentinels, because your only true engage is, you know, Xin dashing in, a Renekton flank, you know, Nami tidal wave. There's no real guaranteed go buttons. Whereas on the other side, you have Inspired on Jarvan, who has that clear start to a fight.
Inspired on Jarvan makes me nervous.
For LYON, for Sentinels, it's anyone with Orianna ball flashing.
Inspired is definitely the best Western jungler. He's led teams. He's with 3 different teams to championships. Zappy Zach, I am not going to be in New York. Did Tarek announce we're doing a watch party? I forgot about that. I'll go on Tarek's stream tomorrow to talk about the watch party. For those of you who didn't hear, we're going to be doing a Red Bull watch party in New York.
Wants to keep his CS up. You know, really is an incredible team fighter, but he can play all of the different
Ball it
styles.
at night.
I do have some concerns for Sentinels, because, you know, when I'm looking over
appreciate
there,
the willing to jump in. So anyone in New York, we're going to be doing a watch party next weekend for the first round of the playoffs.
Ezreal's just hard to lock down, period. So I am a little bit worried for them.
All right, I'm wearing my
mobility on the Sentinel side, but I think
Sentinels jersey.
Target for the Jarvan. You know, lock down the Orianna. If she doesn't have flash, that can be problematic. So we'll see how Sentinels is going to problem solve. They have really strong lanes. So hey, when you're light on engage, it doesn't always matter if you win your lanes, because you can get ahead, be first to the objective.
Yeah, I give a slight edge to the LYON draft, also a slight edge to LYON in this series.
Slight edge to the LYON draft. Yeah, I mean, that's the key, is Inspired is just one of those players who's so smart about the game. Like, when you hear their team comms and his calls, he's like just really good about game and making the calls in game. And so that is the big challenge, is can we not get run over by Inspired?
But game 1 going to be
that's the challenge.
Interested to see what kind of a pace Sentinels wants to play, how aggressive they're going to get here. LYON, of course, just had, you know, 4-game series yesterday, so I think that they're going to be feeling a lot more kind of warmed up, so to speak, compared to Sentinels.
Yeah, that's always the balance between fatigue.
Yes, we usually let the coach trial whoever they'd like to trial. And then it is a combination of the group figuring out. Spall it at night. Thank you for the prime sub. Who knows? We get enough subs. We'll launch the Counter-Strike team early. All right, so this has been our challenge.
LYON is coming off of a big win against TL.
Is getting off to a good start.
Is coming off of an absolute smackdown by Cloud9.
Yeah,
where,
we got run over by Cloud9.
That series was not very close. So
the couple times we took shots at big plays, they did not happen.
So we'll see how they're going to perform. Saint has just been fantastic, though, for LYON throughout the playoffs. Really has been performing. So I think Darkwings has a pretty big job for Sentinels here today. He's got to perform.
Completely agree. Someone who performed great yesterday, though, was Dokla with his crazy picks.
Unanimous.
Game 1,
Thank you for the prime sub. Oh, Unanimous wants a Counter-Strike team. Unanimous really is going to be trying to get everybody to rally to the subs.
Not only the Vayne in the game 4, but then the Orange Jungle, I think, really confused Team Liquid. And then today, even though it's a standard pick, it's not standard for Dokla, but we'll see if he can continue that level of performance on unique picks to him.
And the thing that impressed me most is not
we
even
have 92 subs.
LYON as a whole played so well around the strengths and weaknesses of the picks.
True.
It just felt like they had such a good understanding of how to play it out, right? You know, when they were weak, they were just playing sides. And then once, you know, they were playing that Varus game and they get to late game.
I think the scrims by the end of the week really started to look good.
Zonia's on everyone, and TL doesn't really have an opportunity to actually team fight. Well, now LYON is going to show up to the Dragons and look to team fight you. So just such a good understanding. Really was impressed by how they played that out. And Inspired here is down towards that bottom side, but looking for a potential
Hero Void. I think the key for us is trying to make sure we have diversity in the games we're in. So we have such a giant investment in Valorant. So that, oh no, no. Yes, walk that out.
Okay.
will be able to walk it out. At the end of the day, it's a trade of flashes.
Right.
Jungler for
They
mid
used
lane.
a
Impact, though, going in aggressive here on Dokla.
flash.
Likely to keep him alive, but is pushed
Nice.
quite low.
Chopping 28-24 wants a Counter-Strike team.
Knows Inspired is in the top river, so
Chopping 28-24 is the Santa Claus of the group chat.
Here's Hambach.
Is Hambach here in time? No.
There by
But all right.
Sentinels, as Rahel just valked in onto Isles. He popped the heal.
You know, as long as
they
we are
jungle on that side of the map,
even
so
in
had to
gold
play
early on, I
defensive.
feel
It's
pretty
just a
good
nice
because our
little
team's
trade
pretty good
for
at
them
team
at the end of
fighting.
the day, and they do have that sustained advantage with Nami, plus the 2 potions are still in inventory for Huhi.
Yeah, I do really like what Inspired did with that mid gank, though, trading flash for flash, because a lot of times, for instance, as they go in for really aggressive trade.
For the Rue here, it's going to land. In comes the ship from Berserker. He's looking
Wait
to
a
second.
No. No.
He flashes out, but he is killed off as well. That is the passive stacks. That is the lethal tempo stacks there on the Ezreal, who is so powerful in these early game fights.
Damn.
2v2 kill there by Berserker and Isles.
That
Isles
is
saw
not
the
what
angle,
you want to
flashed in right away,
see.
and clearly Berserker was on the same page, and now a flashless Orianna.
That is not what you wanted to see.
Shifts on in, and Darkwings looks like
GG.
he is going to fall.
Let's
He
go.
is knocked
Let's
down
start
as
game
well.
3. Let's
It's
start.
off to a
Oh no.
roaring start, and
Let's start.
Dobla's looking for a solo kill in the top lane.
Okay.
Every single lane just explodes at once for Lion. Yesterday they played this slow, scaling game. Here they're throwing uppercuts right off the bat, and you can see Berserker just knows he's strong. Isles flashes in. There's no mana left on Huhi, so they don't have to fear any bubbles or Nami spells. And once he's at melee range, it's just auto attacks.
That just went as bad as it could go.
Accelerates his own gold.
This is one of these things, people think about Ezreal as a weak early game champ. You know, you have to scale up, you have to get your tier, you have to get your spikes. Well, he had lethal tempo stack and the passive stacks, so he has so much bonus attack speed in that fight that he is just going to destroy you in these situations. And they knew exactly how strong they were. Rahel and Huhi maybe had a little bit of false confidence after getting Isles so low, thanks to that gank from Hambach. And as a result, they get destroyed, and now Lion out to a really strong early lead.
Yeah, I say a lot of times Ezreal is weak in your solo queue games. When it's Berserker or a top tier AD carry, no, it's a totally different champion because they're landing their keys.
It isn't over till it's over, but this is definitely like being down
because then you actually have to play weak.
9-3 at the switch because they don't have any dragons yet, so that is the one advantage here is
things are.
They got those kills so early. We're not actually that far behind in gold, but having your 80 carry down almost 1,000 gold at 5 minutes is rough.
Now the shuffle's up, and
there you go. Let's root for the 9-3 curse.
So he has to play incredibly safe now.
Yeah, and Saint didn't even have to trade flashes at all during that whole extended sequence. So things looking really good for Lion. As you can see, the bot lane roaming up to help Inspired secure that crab. It will not be contested. Sentinels looking to see, is there an angle to steal away some camps, to do something up here?
This is the classic. Everything is going well for Lion. What do teams do? They try and kill Dokla. It's just what everyone goes for when things are going a bit pear-shaped. But Dokla doesn't let the wave crash. He's in Mega, so it looks like Darkwings has to go back and catch his wave. Inspired's going to lose his Grump, but he's going to be up a Drake.
Yeah, and I mean, they have got to know what is going on because no one is showing up down to this dragon. So Dokla is just trying to thin the wave as much as he possibly can, but now he is in mini form. So he's trying to contest impact. He's trying to stop this from crashing. He clearly knows that the dive could be coming.
He's buying time for Inspired to make his way up the top lane. So Inspired just based. He's moving up. And really nice job there by Dokla, keeping the minions away from the turret.
Yeah, they're going to go in, though. Dominus is going to be popped. There's the stun. Dokla hopping back, but can he get out to safety? No. Hambach pops the Crescent Guard and knocks him down with that Spear to the heart.
Now look out, Impact! No, you can't greed there!
You are locked into the tower. Inspired uses that tower to shoot down.
Now, see, I have to say, the casters called that.
But the next wave is very far away.
That Dokla had held that long enough for Inspired to get there. So once he got the kill, he had to back off.
Himself. And also now that Dokla has his upgraded steel caps, that's the break point that these Gnar players talk about in these matchups. Going to save him a few minions, and he goes back to his camp. But Dokla should actually be okay.
Lion Gaming is a team out of Mexico. As opposed to Mad Lion, which became Mad Lion Koi at some point, or just became M-Koi.
For the same reason, as Berserker shifting in, True Shot Barrage just barely tags who he tried to get out to the side, couldn't avoid it. Is going to be sent low and sent back to base. Lion just feeling like they are on fire. And when you're playing with so much pressure across these lanes, there's not that many engage tools again for Sentinels, so it's easier to just feel like, hey, I can just play in their face and
I mean, the key here is our team, you know, has only been together for about a month and a half. LYON also, but like I said, Inspired is the best jungler between Europe and the US. He is the best jungler in the Western world. Like outside of Korea.
Not even playing aggressively enough that they even have to worry about ganks. Like they're freezing the wave and getting strong.
Awesome, America. Glad you got your stuff. Anyone who hasn't, at the end of today, I'll clean everything up. We had a lot going on last week, so I wasn't able to get to the chats, DMs, but I will definitely get to everybody's today. After the match, I'll kind of clean everything up.
All-time head-to-head, though, pretty heavily in Impact's favor.
That's the one that surprised me a little bit when I saw this, with Impact going from EG over to Team Liquid.
First game, best of 5. Loser is out. Winner plays in the grand final tomorrow.
Take the 3 games because Inspired really feels like he's leveled up this LYON team an extreme amount.
But Inspired has that ability. He's just that guy. You give him 5 teammates and he makes them all better.
Every team he joins, right? You know, whether it was back on Rogue or with EG with these
America,
or now on
3-stream streak.
He always seems to make the teams better around him. You know, some people love his personality, some people don't like it, but you cannot deny the guy's skill.
Inspired's personality is he's super smart about the game, so he gets very frustrated. He's like their shot caller, so he gets very frustrated if his teammates aren't on the same page as him.
Like 8 years ago when we'd say like, oh yeah, this guy's a shot caller, this guy's making a big difference, he's telling people how to play the game. Like, we see Inspired actually does that. He's, before fights, saying exactly how the fight's going to play out, when he wants the team to engage. Mid-fight, he's shot calling. Post-fight, he's saying what to do next. It's really impressive to watch.
It really is extremely impressive. And having gotten to be on the desk with him and have chats with him over the years, I'm always impressed by the minutia he knows in these matchups. Says Saint is going to go in, looks for the Emperor's Divide. Nice flash from Dark Wings, keeps him safe because Inspired was waiting the wings. But you can talk to him about...
I have not said anything Valorant related today. We are locked in on SEN League of Legends today.
Specifics of a mid lane matchup, of a bot lane matchup.
Between games, I'll answer some questions that aren't League related.
Every detail in the game.
Even support play. So after the series yesterday, I was able to overhear a discussion he had with Isles. They talked for about 3 minutes about one Karma teamfight and how the Karma should be using the abilities. So it takes a lot of energy for Inspired for sure, and you know they got a little burned out at the end of last year, but he is refreshed currently on this LYON team, trying to win walk-in tournament.
Absolutely is. Impact, though, the one with an advantage for Sentinels right now, just a couple hundred gold in his favor. The real problem is going to be the bot lane for sure, as Berserker, again, talked about it in draft, very hard to lock down the Ezreal when you have no hard engage, and he is playing with a real advantage. Already has the Triforce completed, stacking up the tier. Berserker's going to be in an incredible spot. And
Sleeping Snipes on a 10-stream streak. So That's impressive.
He's showing up to cover these pushing lanes and looking for
Jerry.
gank opportunities.
Hashtag Sen win.
Buck, though.
Saint has to dash away as Inspired's taking a little bit of control.
Let's see if Shio Wager responded.
Trying to set up with this Mountain Drake starting in about 13 seconds.
Looking for that as we can see the first master card power spike of the game coming through, and early Nashers for Saint, which is really going to help to ramp up the damage for this next objective fight.
Yeah, any type of extended fight he's going to be pumping out a lot here, and it's actually Sentinels who pull the Drake, but it's a little bit difficult here. They might be hoping for some type of Xin knockup. Yeah, they have to run away from that one with no real way of turning off the Drake when LYON retakes.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult because LYON have the bot lane push. Berserker's going to come over and look for this poke. Miles in the area. You can see the ball strapped to Humbach, but
the biggest thing is always about getting vision, clearing out vision. So we do have some decent vision here.
Now Humbach going back.
But Inspired is just lurking to try and steal the Drake.
Collapse on Drake, see Sentinels walk away, and then Sentinels goes, catches the wave again.
I think Sentinels are trying to buy a little bit of time here, but Dokla is prepping his Narvar as well. True Shot Barrage.
We're kind of surrounded. We got to just burn it. We just got to go. But we just got to go. We just got to go take the Drake. All right. Now get out. Oh. Nice.
It's not worth the risk. We're just going to back off, continue playing for these waves.
By the way, that's huge for us.
I mean, that was a situation where Sentinels was willing to sacrifice more minions for the Drake than LYON was. Saint went back to mid lane. Berserker went back to bot lane, and you could see Inspired.
That was big for us given the game state.
Decided he didn't want to try and walk through.
Given we're down by 3K gold, to basically now not have to worry about the next Drake and to be able to now take some time to try and close this gold lead.
The bad news that LYON is there to cover their top laner. And he chased him for a while, so he actually lost, a few minions there, most of a wave, as he was chasing Dokla, who was just kind of proxying between towers, trying to be as annoying as he possibly could.
Absolutely, and Berserker trying to apply more pressure on the bot lane here as well. When we look at the way that LYON won their series yesterday against Team Liquid, it did feel like the laning strength of Team Liquid was top lane with Morgan, and in Drac, they specifically tried to take that away from Team Liquid, and it was very successful. And then yesterday in the interview, Inspired mentioned actually Huhi and Hambach, they're what's really strong about Sentinels and how they're always connected, but with this Ezreal Karma and how well Isles and Berserker are playing it, Huhi doesn't get the opportunity to roam. He's stuck in this lane the entire time because of the advantage that LYON has created, so they've also, in a sense, taken that strength away from Sentinels with the way they've drafted this game one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Sentinels felt pressured to draft a strong 2v2 because they're going up against Ezreal Karma. So they're saying, hey, maybe I can't play Rakan or something. We'll get blasted in lane too hard. Unfortunately for them, they lost lane anyway and now don't have Huhi on an engage champ, which is such a strength for him. Dokka was able to pick up the red buff that had been stolen away from the enemy jungle, and that's going to feel really nice in this range versus melee matchup. Interesting to see that Darkwings is also going for the torch build here instead of what we've seen become so popular, which is just Ludens into Shadowflame. Like the full-on burst style builds are so popular for Orianna these days, and instead it is going to be that Blackfire torch.
Yeah, no,
just going
Inspired is definitely the best jungler outside of Korea.
Poke with the Blackfire,
and he played great yesterday, so that's why I'm a little bit nervous.
This is probably, certain control mage players will get mad. They all kind of average out to be very similar. They're just all the AP, mana, damagey items, so I think the Blackfire torch is totally fine.
Yeah, it's definitely fine. I think it'll be interesting to see where he goes from here, if he is going flat AP or if he's going more, utility, if he's stacking burn or going more defensive. Because I do think against these teams, especially
when getting that Drake helps us just kind of slow the game down so we can level up the gold. Because the longer you go in the game, the less important the gold lead is. Because then you start to be able to buy the same items. Like you can buy your op too.
LYON just scrapping it out here around mid lane. These three-man squads both staying around, and it's just going to set Inspired up to take this scuttle once again.
Yeah, and you can see that LYON isn't trying to play high-risk League of Legends whatsoever. They recognize that Sentinels doesn't have good engage options, so Inspired's only going to go in for a fight.
Did NRG's match finish?
It seems like if it's even a chance of losing the fight, he's just walking away, because that's really the only way Sentinels gets a chance of a fight.
NRG with a quick 2-0.
LYON's the one that engages.
Exactly. I mean, LYON, if they play properly, are going to be the ones who get to choose every single fight, pretty much the whole game, right? So that is a big advantage for them. They played so well towards win conditions yesterday, and we can see Berserker going to be able to grab a blue buff, so he's on blue buff, red buff, and is going to be feeling really good sitting in the mid lane. Inspired has been hovering these lanes so effectively, but because his pathing is so efficient, he's basically right dead even with Hambach, even though it feels like every time we look on the screen, he is in a lane, he is threatening a gank, he is covering for his laners.
This is what got us in trouble against Cloud9, is letting the AD carry get way ahead to take over the late game.
Wolves getting finished, on his way to Raptors. We'll see if he ends up going Krugs to just keep those completely on respawn, and then once he finishes that, he'll have another 30 seconds or so of free time, as will Hambach, for what it's worth, with the Drake coming up in 1 minute. But it is pretty clear that the overall map control has been in the favor of LYON, especially through mid-bot right now. But Impact getting a little bit of free time on this top turret.
Yeah, we'll see where Sentinels wants to challenge next, if they are going to be going to
the AD carry is basically your duelist in League of Legends. They play in the bot lane. They
already have the scuttle. They already have
and
wards in the river.
They're the one that you hope at the end of the game is carrying and putting out the max damage.
Now basing feels a little bit late, as see on the top side, Dokka just
I could watch party.
A very bad end.
I've just had so much going on, and then focused on helping support our League of Legends team since we don't have a streamer yet.
Narwin in his career.
Yeah.
This one.
Probably will have somebody lined up for split one, but right now I'm just here hanging out, helping Valorant people learn how to play League of Legends.
Have a chance for a dive here, but it's a matter of how much risk is he willing
so
to
welcome
take.
all of you.
Up on Impact.
Oh, that would have killed him.
And Flash.
So brave to not actually dominate.
Is he brave?
There.
Is that the word, brave?
Kills him if it tags him, and that was very close. But we'll give Impact the credit. He knows the ranges. Like you said, these are two of his most played champions.
Yeah, doesn't have teleport though.
So the route to a major for League of Legends,
is going to be able to finish
the winner of tomorrow's match, it goes to the first international of the year called First Stand. All right, here we go. We're going to see if we can burn this before Dokla gets here. Dokla's going to take that turret, and then he's going to try and join the fight, but can we just burn the Drake before he even gets here? I think we're going to take this before he gets here. We got to avoid Inspired coming in and stealing it. Yes!
will be given up, and Dokla just continues
now
pushing.
We're in a great place where now we can focus on trying to close this gold gap or stabilize the gold gap. But getting the second Drake is very helpful.
For these objectives, Sentinels is dropping a turret and several waves top. They were dropping an entire wave.
So now we should let the next 2 Drakes go.
So now that next Drake will be like a 5,000 gold lead if LYON finally decides to fight.
I mean, yeah, they just knocked down the tower top. They farmed.
That is the key from here.
That was the only place they had a gold lead was top, and now he's down 1K off of that move. So that is a lot of gold.
Yes, that's why the combination in the bot lane is called the AD carry and support. And so you have one player whose whole job it is supposed to be to protect your AD carry, to give him shields, give him health. And so that's the combination. But yeah, we lost a big early 2 for 2, which really hurt and really put us behind. Infernalist. I'm doing good. It was a crazy week, but I actually spent a couple days in Hawaii, and now I'm ready to go.
But now he's just kind of taking what's given to him. He's great in
playing pickleball and drinking some margaritas. By the way, Red Bull came out with a new flavor. I got to make sure it's public before I leak Red Bull's new flavor. Does anybody know what the new Red Bull spring flavor is? Yeah, I think the key is having those 2 Drakes. Cherry Sakura, you're on it, AV3R18. It's actually really good. I was a little nervous because I really like Cherry. And if it wasn't good, you're all going to ask me, Rob, have you tried the new Red Bull flavor? And I was going to be like, no? All right, let's see. I think Shy Wager just messaged me. Let's see.
Got the full tower for Sven bot, pulled off a dive, got him first blood, and it just felt like the game was over. And it is feeling kind of similar to this one, where it feels like Sentinels are feeling pressured. Hey, we really got to get this dragon. We got to stack these dragons. Impact, you need to get down here. You have no TP. And LYON's like, okay, sure, cool. You have 2 dragons.
So yeah, that Trayer is really good. I was really happy with it. I was a little nervous if it wasn't great. So if you get the Drake's Dragon Soul, I did it the new flavor with tequila. I bet it would go with vodka also. But the key is with the Drakes, if you get 4, you get a permanent buff. And in this match, the Drake is Ocean Soul, which basically lets you rebuild your health bar as long as you're not engaged in a fight. So you can, if you're in a fight and you get low health, you can wander away for a bit, and then you'll get your health regenerated back to full without having to go to the base.
Rocket Barrage going to go a bit wide. Sentinels just trying to siege this tower. They have 4 members here. No one answering Saint for now. And Sentinels will.
All right, I think Shy Wager will certainly be here for game 2. Maybe he'll be good luck.
Pretty annoying, and Rahel is just taking Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot, forced to Valk over the wall. Bleeding out minions on that top side as Dokla as well, and the bot side is kind of chasing Darkwings out of the lane.
Yeah, but I mean, just look at the waves. They were, a lot of times, they're setting up in all 3 waves at once. They're doing a lot of 1-3-1, which normally is pretty risky because the other team can overload one side and dive you, but because it's such a low engaged comp, they're kind of just chilling in 3v4s. They're like, okay, you're
all right.
Mid,
I sent a friend request to Shy Wager, so I think he'll be joining us. We'll have some fun.
Then I'll show up because that's when I'd actually have to fight. But otherwise, I'm totally fine. You got a plate. My Azir gets a whole wave top lane that you're dropping, and this gold lead is just ever increasing.
Yeah, the explosive engage for Sentinels is pretty much impact flashes and stuns you, and that's basically all they have. Or you can try to.
I think this year, hello, Kaisuka 4.
Things like this. But if they are on your screen and you see them prepping for that. It's pretty hard.
I think we're already really ahead of pace with the League of Legends team. This is the first tournament of the year. Somehow we're in the final 3. This is the lower final. And so Kaisuke for you. So yeah, this game's got off to a rough start, but like I said, this team is new together. And while LYON is new together, like Inspired is definitely like one of the best players in the world. So for those of you who keep asking about Demon 1, Demon 1 signed to Envy for 2026. So he is not one of the people we are trialing. All right, let's lock in now. See if we can get the big comeback. It's unlikely, but let's lock in.
Here, but he just dashes away.
If we lose, we play in a tournament next weekend called America's Cup.
Again, that play just opens up the mid-wave for Berserker to
All right, we're just gonna stick with this. He's gonna just try and come steal the Drake.
True Shot Barrage will tag Dark Wings, and now a TP coming in as well from Impact. They're gonna summon up the Battle Herald. We'll see how they can use this to start off the fight.
We're kind of going for the coin flip here because it's no real downside if we lose it.
Is it gonna be a car crash for Sentinels? They are running. He's knocking up multiple members. Starting out the fight as Hombach goes in the backline onto Berserker. Crescent Guard is popped. Impact on the side, trying to get some action.
What is happening?
Wait
a second. That was big.
What a shockwave from Darkwings over the wall. Gets multiple members and wins the fight almost single-handedly for Sentinels.
And it looks like Sentinels is going to be on Soul Point. And this is what
that was a crazy strat. I have not ever seen anyone try and use the Rift Herald as a knockup. That is wild times.
They now have a realistic window of
that is
winning
craziness.
The game. So Inspired clearly wants to fight this Drake.
That is wild.
In, they drop the Herald. They have Mega Gnar timing, but they can't get a clean engage on anyone other than the Xin.
Uh-oh, we're about to die off screen. There, he got away.
Yeah, really quick teleport. We saw Wei in the pip right there. But let's watch this fight one more time as Jokeless Mega. Inspired doesn't find a great pick. They're not willing to chase.
That was like a thrifty ram win right there. Welcome strike. That is crazy talk.
They're not going to want to watch that one in review because there's no way you plan on all grouping up around an ulted Xin for an Orianna Shockwave, and that gets the shutdown on the same.
Our players layered their ults perfectly on that fight.
Pushed out. Let's kill the jungler, and then we'll get the dragon. And, well, Inspired didn't have them pushed out all by himself. He can't do that much.
Hey, there's Sentinels fans in the crowd.
As a result, like
let's go. That must be his dad.
Back here in review, as they are stacked up for that Shockwave. And
what does that mean, clear the air with FNS?
Zonias are not.
Is FNS mad at me for finally capping?
He is now 15. Pushing towards that rank 3 Shockwave, which can be a game changer.
Oh, see, we can never clear the air with FNS because he's an Arsenal fan and I'm an Arsenal disliker. I'm an Arsenal hate watcher.
Both in the same wave, so slight farm inefficiencies for LYON for the first time right here after that team fight win by Sentinels.
I like the tech here for Rahel, going for some anti-shielding itemization as Dominus going to be.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Pulled back and Dokla gets cut in half by the Croc with the help of the Shockwave there. Nice roam from Darkwings, just trails his Renekton.
And by the way, Arsenal trying to do the most Arsenal thing is throw a giant lead at Christmas, where now they only lead City by 2.
To take Dokla down, Sentinels feeling like they're a little bit more organized in the driver's seat here. Still,
we've actually really stabilized from a rough early game, so we actually are, at least we're putting up a good fight here.
Good fights either, with their only attempt being at that last Drake.
Absolutely true. And had looked like everything was going according to plan, that they were going to win that fight. It did not happen, and now Hui caught by the Cataclysm. True Shot Barrage will not connect, but that is a flashless fish there for the next 5 minutes.
Yep, so he will have no flash at the next Drake. They need to be able to have at least a carry or a support that they're able to execute. So Inspired tried the redemption spike there, redemption on top of Cataclysm.
We actually have fans in this game? Why not?
It'll be fun to see how effective the Serpent's Fang actually is, because there's Karma Shield, there's Jarvan W, there's Sterix Shield, there's you know the Azir Shield.
Gabe,
all of these tools.
Welcome to the chat.
Purchased, so not
you got her in time, or at least the team was able to stabilize after a super rough early game. So at least we have hope.
And then they go IE, but now you have no crit in your build, so IE is going to be pushed back. Much
we're trying to utilize the 9-3 curse against them.
That Serpent's Fang does pay off.
Yeah, I think it's a tremendous anti-shield item, and Karma with Moonstone does pump out a lot of shields, not to mention the Azir shield from E or the Jarvan shield from W.
These matches are in the same place because Valorant's out of town now. So Valorant and League of Legends trade off of who plays in the main arena and who plays in the backstage.
Anyway, with Berserker having the biggest goal lead in the game, and if you have an Ocean Soul Orianna Nami, that's going to make up for the goal deficit.
It is going to be a big deal for sure. LYON going to want to make sure that they are locked in for this fight. They do still have a very big advantage. Third item completion starting to come through here. You can see Spirit Visage done now for Inspired. He's just going to be running at Darkwings. I feel like that's going to be his job. Just keep Darkwings out of the fight and allow your carries to knock down their front line. Because if Inspired can push back the Ori, I feel like the fights are going to be pretty darn hard to win for Sentinels.
Yeah, they have so much range with the Azir and the Ezreal, which can typically keep lanes pushed. I mean, there's even a chance that if they have this bot and mid wave pushed deep enough, that Sentinels...
A lot of people didn't used to watch League, but this is the way to come learn League. We basically will answer every question you have.
But with the current state of the map, like, they're not allowing this space to be taken at all. So it's now Sentinels that has to walk in, and that's when LYON might go for a fight.
You can see Impact has moved early, already down towards mid lane, where Dokla, as usual, just continuing to push. Berserker just shifts forward as Hanbok is trying to wrap around on Saint. Will they go for him right here, right now? 4 members.
All right, here we go. This will be big.
Saint is just going to shift back towards his tower, and the TPing Dokla. Inspired is in the area, but LYON are still very sectioned off. Can Hanbok find a fight?
Uh-oh, he's dead.
He's going to be the first casualty in this fight. Impact popping the
But wait, can we burn down Aspire? Can we burn down Aspire? Yes, we can. Oh my! That is huge! The Drake's about to spawn and their jungler is dead. Okay. We gotta, no, don't die Impact, yes.
Impact is low, he has gotta get out of there.
But LYON has to keep fighting. They have no jungler, so if Sentinel was able to start the dragon, they'd be able to win the smite.
Come on, we got Darkwing's back at full out. If we win this Drake, we're like tied up. We may have made the comeback. Okay. So the jungler has an ability called Smite that does 1,200 to 1,400 damage to the objective. What are they doing? They're giving it to us. Get it!
Have a miracle steal here.
Let's go! Ocean Soul! Okay, that basically just tied the game.
For 20+ minutes, but back-to-back fights, Sentinels just makes it happen at the Dragons.
That was such a chaotic sequence.
Look out, Darkwing's got left behind. No, Darkwings!
The Mystic Shot goes wide.
Wait, what just happened?
At least push him back.
Wait, what just happened?
His flash and ulti.
Wait.
I'm surprised at the way this ended.
Alex, why did my
really
sound go up?
With the way it started. So
Alex,
overload there by Sentinels to not create good fight lines for LYON to start with, but for instance, when they get the
Alex, why did I lose all my sound?
Gonna get knocked back with Amber's Divide as this Hanbok pops the Crescent Guard, but it does absolutely nothing. Rahel on the run, but you got nowhere
Alex,
to go.
help me. I lost my sound.
As he is going crazy.
No.
The knockup from Inspired comes through. The tether route is there.
I don't know. All I know is we got the Ocean Soul and then just lost the fight after it, and the game is now over. Our team really played that bad. Once they got the Ocean Soul, they needed to just regroup, and then we just came out and lost the fight. That was brutal.
And LYON may have just won the game.
They
I think
just
it's actually over. They find a pick in the jungle. 20 seconds on Hanbok, 8
that
seconds on Hui, but all 5 are alive.
Just when we got the Ocean Soul to give us a hope, we just threw.
Fast enough for LYON.
Gotta see that last fight again. I was so sad. I was so happy. That is so brutal. How did that happen?
LYON may have stumbled in the dragon fights, but in the end it doesn't.
We really threw that away. Once we won the Dragon Soul, we needed to just take a moment because we didn't have. We used all our ults.
LYON take game number 1.
I mean, Berserker ends 7-0-1.
Oh man, how did that happen? The gap between games. Well, there's 2 things that happen because in League you have a draft at the start of each game. So there's probably a 5-10 minute break and then they start the next draft. So it's probably 15 minutes until the next game starts. Wow. That just went so bad so fast. Wow. I don't know what to say about what just happened there. That I was so celebrating us getting the Dragon Soul, which should be huge. Then we immediately lost the fight. Okay, he's going to break it down. I need to hear what he says.
Good to see. It was coming out of a replay. Lucky for you, I also want to know. So let's find out together. I'm going to follow Saint
here we go.
And see how they just won the game.
Let's watch this because I'm so confused.
So Saint goes over a ward. Look, he's going over a ward here. How does he get into position for this? Sentinels know, and the pings here are all from LYON onto Saint. He's eyeballing them, and he just starts on
he suckered. We got baited into a fight.
Wow. And that's how they just win the game, even with the Soul just getting picked up.
They baited us into a fight.
There was going to be momentum for Sentinels to get back into this one. But Saint just walks out early on the Azir and makes a very quick play there. Now, I do want to get into what we had already prepped, though, and go back to our Pagoda moment, because the early game is actually where we built our whole LYON review here. And let's see if I can actually get back to the other clips. I guess I cannot. Here we go.
I'm just so... That is just so brutal. What happened?
This way. We can see the early game was so smooth for LYON.
Okay, we don't need to hear the rest. I was so in a state of shock. All right, hang on. Let me see if I can get Shio Wager here. Alex will have to tell me if I'm doing the sound right.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Did you see the end of the map, game 1?
No, I didn't, unfortunately. I just got back to the PC. What happened?
Oh, my goodness. We somehow managed to win Dragon Soul. Down 5K gold. We take Dragon Soul. And then immediately after that, we get baited into a fight thinking we found someone by himself.
Yeah.
And instead, we got baited into a fight where nobody had a flash, nobody had an ult, and we all died and they won the game within 60 seconds of us taking Dragon Soul.
Damn.
Can you hang on one sec? What's up? Can you hear him on my stream? Oh, sure. All right, I got to make sure the tech is set up. So, oh wait, hang on. Chat, can you hear Shio Wager here? Let's see. Yes, they can hear you. Okay.
Nice.
So here's basically the stream. Is I have people watching on the Sentinels YouTube channel and on the Sentinels Twitch. It's like 400 of my closest friends who are all Valorant fans who were teaching League of Legends.
Okay, awesome.
All right?
Nice. Yeah.
And so the funniest thing for chat was last week on Plat Chat, Shio Wager was taking me to task on the show. And I said to someone who works with me, I go, oh, I'm going to see if Shio Wager wants to watch party with me. He's like, wait, wasn't he just flaming you on Plat Chat? I said, well, he kind of was. I said, but some of it also was, there were very specific things that I just actually wanted to explain. And when I reached out to you, because you were saying, it was hysterical, Rob was basically saying, Annie has this wild ability, but Kaplan's out. And so I was like, oh, you actually are somebody who really understands Valorant, but you also really understand League, because when I said... No, what I actually pointed out was Realm Warp was a TP for 5. You actually pointed out that Realm Warp is a TP for 5 and your minions and your pets, and it helps you really accelerate the game. So I've actually always thought you had a great personality, were really funny, and so bringing some of that energy to League of Legends, and like I said, my chat is mostly people who watch Valorant and are like, okay, Sentinels and League of Legends, let's try and understand the game. And so... a lot of times people will ask the question, put this in Valorant terms.
Yes.
And so I know you are the person who absolutely can help put these things in Valorant terms. So like before we took Dragon Soul, I was like, okay, we're down 3-9. And then when we won a fight we shouldn't have won and got a Drake, I was like, that was definitely like winning an eco. Yep. So these are the kind of conversations we're having.
That's lit. That's absolutely perfect. Yeah, I did the same thing for like I play a lot of different like variety games on stream, and I have to explain like every single one in Valorant terms. And like coming from Fortnite as well, like I have to explain the entire Valorant game in Fortnite terms. So it's like I've done it like frontwards, backwards. It all makes sense.
So and my ground rules for chat is in game I only answer League of Legends questions.
Yep.
And then between games, I'll occasionally answer questions people have about Valorant, what's going on with Valorant. And so, yes, we started doing trials. No, we're not going to announce officially who's trialed. But our ambition would be sometime in the next 2 weeks. We would certainly have one, if not both, of the players lined up, hopefully announced. That is certainly what our goals for ourselves would be. But like the one question which you asked on Plat Chat that I just thought was a great place to talk about here was like the way we look at last year. And so when I said, look at how well we had done, why are we blowing it up? And you said, well, wait, is your goal to win domestic or win international? My point was I was looking at G2 And it's rare that I would ever look at G2 for something positive. But I was looking at G2 2024, where they came in 5th at kickoff. They lost in the grand final of stage 1, and they lost in the grand final of stage 2. Right? Yeah. Then they swapped out Icy for Jogamo. Then they won kickoff, should have won Masters Bangkok. I think they will forever regret that moment.
Yeah.
And then they won both other domestic titles. So my point was, given where we were, we felt like a tweak with also now the experience, right? Because we lost Tens and Saucy. Brought in Bang and Narrate and got to a really good level. Our thought would have been, hey, let's tweak a roster that has that level of success. Versus we ended up with a roster with 3 new players and none of them in the same role as the year before. So that was what my point was, for better or worse. But as you said, it's a little odd format of me talking over a League of Legends match an hour after the news broke. So for Sentinels fans, that's all anybody wanted to talk about.
Yeah. No, makes sense.
So what you missed is we had a horrible early game.
Mm-hmm.
Our bot both died. It was we were playing Corky Nami and they were playing Ezreal Karma.
Yeah.
And we lost a painful both of our bot lane players died in the first 5-6 minutes of the game.
That's tough.
But then somehow we won back-to-back dragon fights.
Yeah.
And like one dragon, Lion just prioritized gold and let us get the second Drake. And so our team was kind of like, okay, let's do that. Right now on the stream, you can see the fight that lost the game.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got your stream up at this point, but this is the fight where we all died.
And it's like, what, 30 minutes? So timers are long enough to just end through mid.
And it's right at your doorstep, right? So they just ended the game.
Yeah.
The problem was, right, we took a fight where we didn't have ults, we didn't have flashes because we had just burned them, but in a great way. So it's the window where in a weird way, you either also would be okay even giving up Baron, right? Because now that we had Dragon Soul, right, it was like we needed to take a breath. And instead we were kind of, I think the word Tarek likes to use is overheat.
Yep.
Right? We definitely suddenly were like, oh, we're winning every fight. Let's go in. And it's like, whoa, guys, we do not have the tools to win this fight.
Yeah. No, most definitely.
We have no flash. We have no ults. We just burn them all, winning 2 great fights.
Yeah.
And so that was the big error there. And then the one thing I always talk about is Inspired is the best jungler in the outside of Korea. And the fact that he's managed to take 3 different teams to Worlds where he's the MVP is pretty spectacular.
Yeah, no, facts.
But a very complicated personality, that one.
Also true. I've followed his history for a hot minute.
But when you hear his comms, they're always so clean.
Yeah.
Like he knows exactly what he wants his teammates to do, which is why if you listen to him, right, he will absolutely level everyone up on his team. And if you don't listen to him, then he just goes off.
There's some problems.
Which is kind of, right, because FlyQuest had a great year and then kind of just blew up at Worlds and just kind of imploded.
Yeah.
But, so that's the basic theme. So now here's the thing you can help at, because there's one thing I'm useless at, okay?
Yeah.
I am useless at the draft.
Okay, nice.
I have zero insight. I only know anything about a draft by watching K-Draw. But I have no insight of myself of what's a good draft or not. So,
well, let's see. Well, one thing, like if you look at the, what was it, Corky Karma versus Ezreal Nami?
No, was that what it was? Corky Nami,
all the way around.
Ezreal Karma. Yeah.
Yeah. So like as Karma will just have like agency for a lot of the game, and then Corky Nami will take like a little bit to level up and be like a bit better like in the mid game. So they'll lose like those first 5-6 minutes is where like S Karma can really capitalize and do a lot of poke and not let Corky scale. So I'm not sure if they pick Nami first or Corky second. Usually in drafts like this, you pick like the AD and support first, maybe the jungler, just so it's a little bit less counterable. They're also a lot more flexible. There's more like the cool thing with this one too is like what is it called? the scaling bans. Everyone you play, you can't play again. I forgot what the system's called, but
Fearless.
Fearless, that's what it is. I always call it Nemesis, but it's Fearless. Yeah, Fearless draft is sick because you get like once you get to like a deeper game, especially like in a BO5, you get some really interesting comps. So, yeah, lots of like flavors of the month banned. Like Varus is insane right now. Rise is always a good pick because you know the ult is so good in pro play. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what, because I don't know these teams' histories, like what exactly they go for. But for anyone that doesn't follow draft and like you're thinking about Valorant terms, this is not even agent select. This is like a pre-round strat. Like you're kind of like pre-barriers deciding how you want your round to look, and the league game is essentially a round, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and my point also is the coach in League of Legends actually has a huge impact on the game, where you can actually lose the game in the draft, right?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
You can have such a bad draft that you've kind of ruined it for your team.
Akshaw, that's sick. It's cool because you can go top with this, you can go mid with this as well.
I think we're going to see very standard drafts across the board from Sentinels, and they hopefully save.
Okay, Nico. Also very good flex from top or mid.
All right, so are you ahead of me or with me? Let's see. When they lock in the next pick, we'll like sync up our.
Yeah.
We're currently hovering Mbessa with impact.
Yep.
When he locks in, tell me when he locks in for you.
I'll tell you exactly when. He's probably gonna let the timer freak the full duration. Ash. And Ash is locked.
Yeah. Okay, we're right.
Yeah, we're good.
So Ash Seraphine, we actually think we've played it twice. One time we played it great.
Yeah.
Against, I think it was against. So we went 5 against DSG, and that was like that's where you got to the 5-game series, where by game 5 we had the most amazing draft for a game 5 in a Fearless. We were so surprised. We ended up with a super standard OP draft, so it was pretty. That one felt great on that game 5, which we won pretty handily. Yeah, so those of you who just tuned in, one, that's Shio Wager from Valorant Plat Chat and the VOD Fathers fame. And he's like much smarter about League of Legends than me. And this is a best of 5. And we lost game 1. They're not maps, they're games, because in fact, you're basically playing the same map every time. Although, I'm going to say, now that with the Dragon Souls affecting the terrain, there is a different map each time. But hey, League of Legends people will tell you they're games, not maps. So we lost game 1. It's a best of 5. Loser is out of the tournament in 3rd. Winner plays in the grand final against Cloud9 tomorrow. The winner of the tournament qualifies for first stand, which I believe is in 2 weeks. It's either in 2 or 3 weeks in Sao Paulo. And the teams in 2nd and 3rd play in America's Cup next week in Sao Paulo before first stand. So there's a new tournament, America's Cup, 2 2nd and 3rd from North America versus 2nd and 3rd from South America. That tournament actually starts like Wednesday. And so there's 3 internationals in League, similar to Valorant, except a lot less teams go to all but the World Championship. So it's 1 team from each region to first stand, 2 to the mid-season invitational, and 3 to Worlds.
More unique than other mid laners in the league in the sense that like Hue is likely coming down in every best of 5. You're usually going to see him.
All right, so what's your take on this draft? So is he going to be playing a Mbessa jungle? Is that what's about to happen here, or is that going to be a flex?
It's a flex for now. I think Mbessa can go both. Top might struggle against Wukong because as good as Mbessa is, Wu was like a bully early. I like Sen's draft more because like their front to back and their team fight potential is just a little bit better. But Mbessa is also kind of just OP as hell. So LYON has it, but I think Sen's looking a bit better right now. Things could change though based on what LYON go for. They might have a better pick comp even though Ash is on Sen's side. But there's more synergy on Sen right now. Victor Aatrox banned. Because Wukong can flex jungle top as well.
In the 16 games they played. And Dokla, after last series playing Varus, Aurelia, Vayne,
let's see.
took him to 8.
Syndra. I mean, I don't even know how LYON
really
can play this game.
Is that really a pick, or you think that's
It's good. It's good because think about it. If Nico's going in, if Mbessa's trying to capitalize off of like a Jhin W, you just QE. Like Syndra is a really good neutral laner that has very like no counters. You can always first pick it blind, which is a really good blind pick, and she synergizes really well in team fights. LYON is very exciting. Again, very big flexible pick. I don't know why you'd flex at this point though, because you guys are picking twice in a row. But
now you know they did change, although this one went normal. You know they did change where for game 2, you now get to pick either side selection or first pick.
Oh, nice.
So you now can have a time where red side is picking first in the beginning of the draft.
Actually kind of sick.
So that was a big change they made this year. Sentinels.
Ooh. Oh, sorry. No, I was just looking at the.
Wait, did they take Malphite? Or they haven't
Malphite, Wukong, or Mundo, or Trundle are all really good picks. Like now there's some trouble because the more you clump up together, which is what SEN wants to do, the more wombo there is. Like LYON have a really nice end of draft here. I don't know what you would pick here. Like you're picking like either jungler or top. Is Silas banned? I mean, it'd be way too much AP. They need some type of tank shred, and they need Malphite or whoever's top to suffer. So Gwen is not a bad pick. You have like side lane pressure. I would think you probably don't want to.
We didn't take. He took. Did he take Jinx?
Went for Jax instead.
Jax.
I feel like.
All right, what's your ranking on the draft?
I think LYON might have won this draft. I feel like their comp is just a little bit easier to play with at all stages in the game. Like there definitely is like I feel like Sentinels can scale really well with like Ashe Seraphine. I guess I gotta explain this in Valorant terms as well. It's kind of like LYON can run a default, they can run an A exec, B exec, they can have pressure on the map at all times. SEN have a really good like Nongshim Dombi go in, Neon's flying across the walls, execute comp. Like but they need to get close to sight kind of to make it work. Like the early game, I think for Sentinels will be very hard, especially with Ashe. I feel like as cool as Wukong is for Peel, Jax is for Peel, Ashe might not be able to do as much in this game compared to Jhin. So
you hit an Ashe arrow on a Yone or an Mbessa or this Jhin or the Nico.
So what my chat would tell you is I am not a big fan of Jhin for whatever reason.
Really?
Jhin just, I feel like whatever team I'm ever rooting for, including my own team, like we've played Jhin twice in this tournament. We've lost both times, and we lost pretty badly both times. So I'm just a big fan of not having Jhin. Like, I don't know why. Oh, wait, Jack gave us a win on the draft.
And they have more champions that
on SEN's side, it's easier to pilot. I just feel like.
So I think if Impact or Hambach get a lot of gold, they're gonna run over this game with what they're able to do.
It's very prevalent on how like if the game stays even, Sentinels have a very good chance, and I think a better draft in total. But I feel like it's just easier for LYON to be able to just play the game. Like, look at this.
Oh god, this is not good for at all. He just lost half his health.
Range champion. I feel like you should. That's rough. He loses a lot of health there. Gonna have to burn a potion immediately.
Yeah, I mean, he just got walked down completely there.
So you're saying LYON, Saint has better range than Darkwings here in this matchup?
You gotta be careful about keeping range on the
Darkwings actually have better range than this one in general. He shouldn't have got walked down level 1 like that. He had to burn a pot. But
coach interview.
I don't actually know. I saw that. I was like, wait, are we on red side or blue side? When I saw them walking mid. It was a little oopsie, but I mean, I don't know. It seems like it's going okay now.
One of the things you kind of brought up, jokingly but also seriously, right, in your interview with Dokla last time, is your team's ability to learn from mistakes. And I really appreciated how they hung in last game. So what was your advice to them after the game on loss?
Honestly, that last game was one of the weirdest games I've ever watched because we're down like 5 or 6K gold, but then we're walking up to the dragons and just like egoing on them. So, I mean, I think the thing I told them is it looked like we were running a teamfight drill where we gave the enemy 1,000 gold plus on every character, and then we just fought dragons and we still beat them. So I feel like this game we just need to have a bit more of a solid early game, and then we have seems like more aura in the team fights.
Nice. And then this, speaking of more aura in the team fights, both of these comps are kind of like a setup of engaged chicken. So what are you expecting from your team in terms of playing out this composition?
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal for both comps is whoever goes first is pretty much just going to one-shot the whole enemy team. So making sure we find their flanks, and then we go first when we see our first engage angle, whether it's the Wukong starting on the Malphite and getting LYON behind, something like that. So just hopefully engaging first.
All right, you heard it here first. Engage first. Back to you, casters.
Love to hear Golden Glue right there, and I agree with engaging first. And there's so many tools to engage first from both teams, but that all does.
See, he said what I was basically saying, right? Which is, it made no sense that we were able to get Dragon Soul because we were down 3K gold really early.
Yeah.
And then they just, we managed to pick off Inspired right as the Ocean Soul spawned. And then they didn't even contest. They weren't even like, you know what, it's a 4v5, but we have more gold. Our AD carries more fed, so let's just try and win the team fight or kill the jungler. They just left.
Yeah.
And so it was such a weird thing. But then we made the opposite mistake, is we then opted into a fight. Wait for it. No, he's just walked up, looked, stared at him, walked away.
This is the problem here is that...
Uh-oh, because then he saw him top, because then he knew where our jungler was, right?
Yep.
Did not flash anything. It just goes
the bot option is so sick. Like Ashe is gonna struggle so much until like level 6.
Yeah, but that was the problem, is Hambach didn't accomplish anything other than give LYON perfect information about where he was.
Yeah,
right?
No, literally. I think he needed to go in and at least burn a flash or give Impact a little bit better of an advantage. Impact might die here.
He might die here.
Oh, flash W?
No! Wait! He's coming back. Wait, why did he come back?
His Q's back up. He Q's the wave, comes forward, Q's him again.
No!
Yep.
You called that. Yeah. Why did Impact come back?
So the issue is, the wave is just kind of really bad, in a bad state for Impact, and he needs to push it forward. I think he was waiting for his E cooldown. I think it was literally on like a 1 second cooldown at the end there, and he kind of mistracked Mbessa's Q cooldown.
All right, let's watch.
But he needs to crash this wave because what Mbessa can do, her kit is so like OP at clearing this wave down. He needs to push this in. So I think he was trying to go towards the backside of the wave, push the wave in. I think he would have leveled up as well.
Right
possibly.
there when he came back, didn't he just have to just accept that he was going to lose 5 minions in base? Because it's a lot worse to die and lose the wave.
I think he's perfectly spaced there, so Mbessa can't actually land anything on him. But she creatively just used the wave. It's a bit of like a mental outplay from LYON's top laner.
Dokla, who was so our coach was the 100 Thieves coach last year.
Yeah.
And so 100 Thieves left the space, so we came in as a partner team, and then we picked up Golden Glue as our coach. But yeah, so Dokla was his player last year. And so last week, Dokla was on the desk. And so that interview that they just did, like when the game's starting, Dokla did that interview last week with Golden Glue, which was kind of funny.
That's jokes.
The thing that throws Valorant fans off is that they interview the coach during the game. And I'm like, well, the coach's big responsibility is the draft. But then after that, it's nothing he can do. It's not like Valorant where you can call a timeout.
Yeah.
So therefore, you really have to have a sense of what's happening. For better or worse in the league, you're then kind of just off waiting for your team, the next game to end.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing, too, is that genuinely for the first, like, 3 minutes, nothing happens in pro play. So you can get away with it. I've never tuned into League too much like this season and like just the broadcast changes, but it's really cool that they interview like in the first 3.
It's one of those top lane things, you know. Sometimes the waves getting frozen on you.
No, it is. It is crazy. You go.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say that sometimes you do occasionally get some cheese gank.
Oh, absolutely. Again, do you see how hard it is? Like Sentinels have a really good comp that Wombos.
Yes.
But like it has a loading screen. It has like a GTA 5 loading screen that takes 9 years to load through. It's like it's so tough.
Saint going to be able to
land the Yone ultimate. I mean,
but so this is basically how the last game started. Okay,
Yeah.
exactly like this. Then they got the first Drake, right?
Yep.
They then got the first Drake, and then bizarrely, we just the second and third Drakes they didn't even contest. They just let us take them. And then we won the fights for the fourth and fifth Drakes, which gave us soul. And at that point, it's like, okay, here we go. We now have an even game state, and then we immediately throw. Like, it was literally like we were down 12-4, ran it back, and then lost on an eco. That's basically what happened. Now, see, our team definitely has prioritized Drakes. Like, that is definitely an overall strategy for us. And so, again, LYON's just letting us take this first Drake. So this has definitely been our MO. And so LYON's like, yeah, you take the Drake. We're good with it.
Whenever I've seen him in NA, his teams will actually just let dragons go.
I think it's worth to give this up if you have such a big gold lead and all this pressure in all these lanes. Totally fine. You get grubs as well.
Yeah, you're saying they're just happy to keep the pressure on us, keep getting as much farm as possible.
Yeah.
And that is what they did last game. But like I said, weirdly, we turned it around only to realize that we immediately threw.
The thing is, like, yeah, when... Oh, sorry.
No, they're putting up a graphic of strength of schedule. The big win for us was beating Team Liquid. That was definitely our signature win.
Nice.
Have poised themselves to be one series away from the lock-in final. So it just took a little bit of time. There was a 2-week gap between the DSG and the FlyQuest game where they just saw incredible improvement.
They really did.
All right, when there's nothing happening in the game, I will answer a Valorant question. Yeah, John QT is an import, and you can only have one import in Valorant. You can actually have two in League of Legends.
And the early game was admittedly, pretty close for the first, 10
League would be weird if there was just one.
Against C9, but they need to then go back focusing on their team fights. So coming to this week, you're thinking they're focusing on the team fights. Well, maybe they should have focused on the early game because the early games have been tough here against LYON.
Whenever I hear focus on early game, I don't know exactly what that is. Like, try really hard in lane. Like, it's the hardest thing to train as a player. Like, yeah, Chovy, just work on your early game. Like, it's just how do you specifically do that? I understand that it works.
And win the lane, chat. It's simple.
I understand. Just prioritize like team fighting a little bit less, or like Drake setups, and more about how we specifically want to team up in the early game. But speaking of strength of schedule, Sentinels has kind of had the opposite road of LYON, as we actually see a gank coming in the top lane.
Yeah, Hombach is going to be spotted. Will they be able to chase Dokla down?
Nope. And here's Inspired is here. Don't get it turned around on us! Inspired. Beating us again.
It's a rock to the face as LYON go up 4-0.
Sentinels isn't even getting to flash. If Impact had flashed that original Ambessa ult, maybe he could have lived through that, but because it connects,
that was rough. Like I said, Inspired is always setting up plays. Like, he's excellent at the game.
Same can be true for Dokla Inspired. Eclipse completed, Inspired well on his way to another strong Malphite game.
Yeah, looking really, really good. And as you said, you just have to flash the initial part. If you flash the public execution, I don't think Inspired ever gets in range, and I don't even think they try it, right? Because then Dokla doesn't close the gap either, so Inspired wouldn't want to just go into 1v2. And if he did, Hombach can maybe cycle on him, he could turn it around. But Sentinel solo laners being unable
so give us the current game state in Valorant terms.
At a pro level, that is just kind of a requirement. When you're playing against Malphite, you have to be able to
did I lose Shio?
Or you are going to be in a lot.
Oh, okay, my bad. I actually muted my accident.
All right,
I was saying,
give us the current game state in Valorant terms.
Current game state in Valorant terms. It's a little bit less about round score. I would treat this situation kind of like, actually, hold up, big arrow.
Is he gonna land that? Wait, how did he land that? Are you kidding me?
That's really sick.
That is crazy good.
That'll be the main difference maker in this game, is that ultimate.
Wow, that was the equivalent of winning a 1v3.
That's like as rare as that's basically Collat. Like the easiest comparison I feel like is
you died to the boom bot.
Yeah.
Like you forgot that it was you had low health and the boom bot came and took a chunk out of you. Impact's gonna die again.
Yeah, Impact's. I was saying that, like, I don't know why Hambach is focusing on top this much. It's like stacking, imagine like Haven defense, your Sentinel C site, but you're also putting like Sova and like a duelist on it too, with an op. Like, there's Jack's top can scale by himself against Mbessa and just wants to farm. And, why are they even touching this Mbessa? It doesn't make any sense. You're dead?
Wait, all right. Does Hambach have a chance to turn this around?
Not at all. She's about to get her W in 2 seconds. Yep, there it is.
Oh, he did get it.
I don't know why Inspired didn't follow through.
But at the same time, we lost a 2v2 bot.
Yes.
On both sides of the map once again.
Individual play.
Now, weirdly, even though we're down 7-2 in kills, the gold lead isn't crazy yet. But wow, they've definitely been, their macro has been much better than ours this game.
Effectively, 2 solo kills. The first solo kill on Impact puts Impact again.
And then a lot of plates as well right now, and the gold lead should start to buff up a little bit.
He is playing incredible League of Legends
Because
right now.
the good bad news is their Mbessa has half the gold lead.
Yeah.
But therefore, I hope, see, why did he not finish his recall? Did he get hit there?
No, he's greeting for the minions.
Again?
That's the second time he's greeted for the minions again. Yeah.
Right, it's the second time where he just had to cut his loss, and instead he greeted and died.
Yeah, I think Darkwings might have also pinged that he's coming top, so like stay and try to bait things, but I don't think he expected Inspire to be there.
Yeah, he wasn't close enough.
Yeah. This, I don't know why Inspire doesn't play, but...
Yeah, the good news is that Dokla took the turret shot, so that was what made him killable.
So when that gets immune by the gap closer, you are just absolutely dead. There's nothing you can really do there.
All right, so they finally are taking their first Drake. So the one good piece of news again is we don't have a clock on us relative to the Dragon Soul.
Yeah.
Now, why is Chemtech Soul the least favorite of the souls?
It, like, in terms of actual gold efficiency, it's only active like if you only get the effect for it, I believe, if you're losing a fight pretty much, or you're losing health. Like, Infernal Soul will always make your damage better. Chemtech Soul is the best if your health is low. A lot of the times that's not the case, especially like in this tankier, meta in general. Like, unless Chemtech Soul's changed since I last played, you only really get the benefits in really weird situations. Like Cloud Drake, you always have like ult haste, you have like actionable movement speed. You can't control when Chemtech is actually giving you a benefit. So
do we have
what is that?
Do we have him here?
Yeah, he's dead. Oh, yeah, he's dead. They're gonna keep going, but
wait.
I got caught out here.
Get here, Rahel's got to get here. Rahel's got to get here. Oh,
they've used a lot of ults to pick the Nico, so they have nothing else to fight with now.
So is it 1-for-1?
That's not a bad 1-for-1.
Yeah, I meant to say Isles is a minion, not Lion is a minion. But even if you're a minion in the jungle, when you walk over Control Ward, it's pretty obvious who you are. And he was a bit early.
But again, we're down 3,500 gold.
Yeah, now it's starting to. It's also like a consistent 35. It is going to be tough. Good thing though is that Impact is kind of scaling. I know he's died a couple of times, but the more gold he gets, the easier this game gets for Sentinels as well.
Yeah, the good news is, right, that they didn't take the Drake till late, and the Soul's not a game-defining Soul. So it does give us some time, right? It does give us some time. Look out.
Just having a rough time.
In fact, he literally can't even base. This has not been his best game. Because he's actually been very solid for us. But, oh my goodness, again, the Isles just stopping him from base, and he's going to do it again.
Oh, the pressure on the map is insane.
Oh
LYON also has...
Are you killing me? Just jump on... All right, Impact. Are you kidding me? He just... So, how long does the base take? 8 seconds? 5 seconds? How long does it...
I think it's like 6.75 or 7 seconds in total.
So let's say 7 seconds. So, chat, basically what their player was doing is letting him base for 5 seconds. And then if he does damage, it resets your clock. So he basically wasted 15 seconds of his time. Yeah, Impact's having just the roughest game. Like,
yeah.
Twice.
While that's happening, Saint got time to like put a freeze down here. So think about like Saint got all his Viper fuel back and can just delay a lot more time again. And there's the bait. Impact should almost die. Oh, that's so nice that you only get hit.
Going to be the disengage, so Sentinels at least do not get picked off, but there's 4 members from their team down here to just create a stalemate where Berserker is still pushing mid.
Yeah, should be a bigger gold advantage here for LYON. They recognize that everyone from Sentinels move bot lane, and Berserker is able to just take down that crystalline overgrowth. And in terms of Inspired's ultimate, it's already half the way back, so he can look for another play soon.
All right, so those of you who are super new to the game, the gold is your best indicator of who's ahead, so that's the 33.6 to 29.4. And the main objective of the game is to, there's a series of towers in 3 different lanes. You have to knock down those towers to get into the other team's base, and then there's another series of towers in the base, and then you blow up their base to win the game. Game times usually run 35 to 45 minutes. Would you agree? That's what do you think?
Yeah, 35 is the nice average time in League nowadays.
And if they go 20, if they go under 30, you kind of got worked. No, this is definitely game's getting away from us. So
yeah.
So you know, in Korea they've started a thing where the coaches actually can calm with their teams, I think twice a game.
Oh, that's kind of sick.
So there are 2 times during the game. At any time during the game, the coach can just pop in and talk to the team. We could use that right now.
Hunting for impact, but he is. He's going to be in a pretty.
He's TPing.
He's TPing to take the Rift Herald. Okay, but it also gets him back to top, so I guess that makes sense, right?
But you kind of lose, like, I mean, LYON basically gets a Rift Herald of their own out of this. They just get to take bot turret, right?
They'll just take a tower instead.
Yeah, it's the same. Oh man, that's tough. And they have Dragon Prio with that bot tower gone.
It's very simple.
So the Rift Herald, here's how Doublelift actually explained the Rift Herald on our opening day watch party.
Yeah.
He basically said it's like a Pokemon that you carry around in your pocket for 5 minutes until you decide to let it loose.
True.
And then it goes and takes half a tower. It's rare they do in-game comms replays. That's pretty wild. That's not a thing normally.
Misunderstanding there. He said, I asked if
Valorant is leaking through.
He thought he was calling for a TP, so
that's amazing. Language barrier at its finest.
It's a second language. We'll give him a pass on it, as they
oh, he messed up. The call for TP. Wait, Impact is having a tough one here.
This kind of Malphite trick where when you're ulting over the wall, you can get these really fast Malphites. Yes.
Now is Darkwing going to be able to get that tower?
It makes it a lot harder to react from. So
is the Yoni going to get here in time, or will Darkwings be able to get the tower? They're not showing us.
Coming out of fog, and he's going super fast.
Is he going to get it?
That is nice to see.
No. Oh,
he might die here.
Oh, and he's going to die instead.
Yeah,
that
EQ.
Is so rough.
We'll see if he can actually get
that is so
what?
rough. Oh. Wait.
Oh, they're all dying across the map. Impact also loses this.
Wait a second. Can we kill Inspired here? No. Can we kill Inspired? Impact's going to have a solo kill again. A solo death. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. The key was at least we chunked Inspired. Did he have to base?
What a crazy sequence.
Sorry, what was the question?
The good news is we chunked Inspired, so we had to base. So they so they couldn't take advantage of the 2 kills.
As Sentinels try to get a little bit mid lane with a.
Now the crazy thing about the Herald now, for those of you who used to, he missed that one. For those of you who used to play League but haven't played in a while, you can now drive the Rift Herald, although they killed it. You can actually take it for a ride.
Back out on the map, we'll be able to collect that wave, so at least defends the tier 2 for now.
You collapsing?
4,000 gold up individually at 20.
No, it's chill.
By the way, last week we tried to use the Realm Warp with the Rift Herald, but we ran into someone in the jungle and then we all died.
Well, the macro game heavily in their favor, and of course, when you have these massive solo lane advantages, no one can 1v1 Dokla, so you always have to have someone hovering you. And if you always have to have 2 or 3 people on that side of the map, you're losing everything on the other side of the map. So you kind of get checkmated a little bit unless LYON makes mistakes, and they just aren't really making any of those big errors.
And it's funny, the only mistake they did make is when Saint teleported and Inspired clearly said Vod UTP, and that led to the Rift Herald, right? Or it wasn't even a Rift Herald, but it still cost them an extra teleport. And it's like Sentinels is waiting for these little mistakes. It's just LYON is playing such clean League of Legends, and they kind of have them in this slow checkmate state where they'll push deep when Sentinel shows on the other side. If you're on their side, they'll freeze, and as long as they don't get picked off.
All right, so what's the score here? Can we actually kill Dokla here with 3 people?
He's used all his spells. He should die.
But will he kill someone before we kill him?
Who he might die?
Yes.
I mean, they used so much on him. No, okay, it's good.
You know, because did he have a bounty on him? Or we already had. He has 4K. The good news is when he's dead, right? That's the entire gold lead is on him.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think Saints picked up a little bit of gold as well. Saint and Berserker are starting to get away with it.
Well, Darkwings has
actually, Darkwings has
1100 gold lead.
He's like, Saint also has a lot of gold on him in general. I think Darkwings has a lot of gold from the team, but both of them are like on 2-item power spikes.
Which is not looking so hot.
You say problem to solve.
But that was a good person to pick off.
That was very good. This might be never mind. I'm getting baited by the clone. Too many clones this game.
But he is at least going to knock down that tower, so gets a small injection of gold.
All right, grinding. Because again, if you can, again, since it's a Chemtech soul, that if we grind it out and kind of stabilize this as the gold lead, there is a way for us back in the game, given our team comp. But we need to not
absolutely
right. But we need to not make any more dumb mistakes, like I don't know, losing a 3v1 against a pistol.
Yeah. The issue is that like the pistol that's on LYON side turns into that like what's it called? You know that Swift Play golden pistol or like the Spike Rush pistol?
Yeah.
They've got this comp where like Malphite can always just, if you're making even a slight mistake in the late game, like even if Sen get ahead 5k gold, let's say, if you just Malphite ult into Mbessa ult into Jhin ult, like there is still a win con for LYON.
That we're just kind of stuck and stand there while we die.
Exactly. But Sen have a much better comp as the game goes on. It's just LYON always has agency. That's the thing. LYON just always has an op on LYON. Nice dodge.
Dashes to the side, clean mechanics. But Dokla came out of last year on
all right,
such a high.
15 seconds to the Drake. Now, someone in my chat said, because of the tenacity, the Chemtech soul would actually be good for Sen. That's what they said. I have no idea. That's way beyond
tenacity is interesting in this game because, like, it basically tenacity. If you don't,
help him.
He's dead. We have to flash for W.
Impact started a fight that he had to flash away from. All right, we're giving up the Drake here. Not a bad decision at all. Give up the Drake. We got to get closer before we take a fight, or else they would just go take Baron immediately after.
Every team passed him over. A lot of them thought they had a better solution, or they already had a player on the roster. For instance, like FlyQuest had Gakkos.
Oh, heal and shield power as well. I mean, dude, this is actually a really good. So Cam gives you tenacity, heal, shield. That's what's changed. That's on me. My bad. That's actually not a bad Drake for both teams. Actually pretty good for LYON. They have like 1, 2, 3, 4 players that shield. Yoan has a lot of lifesteal.
The finals as a top laner for actually 2 splits in a row now, where no team wanted him at the start of the split. Yet
so Ashe has an ability where it can shoot a Hawkeye across the rift and get vision. So for those of you who just saw some random like bird-looking thing flying through the sky, that is Ashe getting some temporary vision.
One most valuable prospect in tier 2 came back up.
3 before in tier 2. It's crazy how far the fall was.
But again, it has stabilized at 5k gold, so like that is the good news. If you're gonna find some good news, that is the good news.
And even, kind of from the content aspect, I remember when he came back in last year, him talking about how
thing is Darkwings is losing his gold lead a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's been happening, if you want to know why and how, Sentinels, because they're behind, have to group up a lot more to handle some of the pressure from LYON. Every time that happens, Saint is in a side lane catching an extra wave. Easiest way to explain that is, like, again, I love using Haven as an example. There's always somebody lurking short with a Viper wall on LYON's side. And center down rounds because of like they're losing garage pressure on defense. So like they are really focusing on putting a lot of people mid and garage. Barely anyone A after the first few seconds. And LYON always have someone lurking short. No one's checking the lurk.
That last game where Sentinels is just on the outside, but
if that makes sense.
Yes. We're also the ones having to not engage and save. We're like, okay, we don't have any banks, so we have to save. We can't even try and win the round. That's the giving up the Drake. Basically, that's the equivalent of a save.
Yeah.
Oh no! There you go. There was your ult.
And this is why Jin is good.
Now he
so
whiffed.
Jin's out of.
Okay. He did whiff, though, on the first 3 of those shots, so it wasn't as painful, and Hambach is alive. Okay. So now, with Hambach alive, are we gonna have him just dive in to try and stop this, or are we gonna...
No, he can't move forward. Look at Berserker's damage.
Oh, right. The Berserker will just kill him. They'll just get...
Yeah. They have Mbessa here as well. Oh, we're going for it. This is not a good call. This is not a good call.
Well, you saw that last game where we fought a fight we shouldn't have fought, and now we're doing the same thing, and the game just ended right here.
Yeah, this is
we did kill Dokla. Wait, can Impact stay alive here? No.
No, he's hard dead. You're pushing Corrode A without tripping the Viper wall first. Is what's going on. You know, or not Viper, Vise. You know, Vise is on site. You have a double duelist comp, and you are not tripping the wall or burning util and just diving the site. It doesn't make sense.
Just walking in.
Yeah.
To finish the Baron, but it's the right play. They annihilate not everyone, but
basically.
Watching this ultimate one more time, sees the angle.
That's just a perfect ult there by Inspired. Look at that. 3 people. And so that's what you were saying is the Malphite goes in, knocks the people up. They then can't shoot they can't move. And the Jin ult is best when somebody is slowed.
Absolutely, yes.
I can look for these sort of angles.
All right, so we're now down. It's now it's 11-2. And we're on an eco. It's 11-2 and we're on an eco. Or we lost pistol. That basically it's 11-2 and we lost the pistol. Right? It was 10-2 at the switch. We lost pistol.
Nearly a 70% win rate in NA. 5 titles, 3 MVPs.
Look at this.
First team All Pros. He's made it to 6 internationals.
Inspired.
So has been completely dominant. Since making
they were off to a bit of a slow start in this tournament, but Inspired had just started playing with this team. I don't think any of these people... I don't think Inspired had played with any of his teammates before this year. And therefore, as he just starts to understand them, that his shot calling obviously can get better and better, and his mechanics are spectacular.
They're going to lose this again. This is why Jin's really good. He can be out of position and still, like, influence the fight. Even if he whiffs, like, forcing people to move back and forth. Oh, my God.
As well, rooting him up. He goes into stasis, but Dokla is stacked on top of him, and he is going to get knocked down. It's a killing spree there.
Problem is, Rahel's over here hitting Inspired, which at this point is kind of pointless.
Yeah, they were kind of caught Darkwings out of position. Really good game from Isles. Even that mouth ult that we saw before, the only reason they got that is because he placed his ward slightly out of the other control ward vision, like perfectly out of it.
Seeing that fight as well as the soul going over. It is looking very easy for the bruisers and tanks of LYON to go anywhere that they please.
I have soul as well, and it's Chemtech soul. I mean,
it's a 95% win rate for them.
But there's just no angle. Berserker's playing to the side very well.
To explain dragons in this game, it's kind of like imagine like you could give people in Valorant like hacks, kind of like pseudo little levels of hacks. If you're giving it a team that has like full shields, this Dragon Soul, it's like kind of giving an Opper aim assist a little bit. Like it just helps the team play the game in a much easier way, passively.
All right, can we get 2 here? 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 Can we get 2? Can we get 2? Can we get 2?
I mean, look at Inspired zoning Hambach.
He's just pushing him out the side. You can't get past the rock.
Yeah, Inspired does a good job marking enemy jungler, but
we needed to kill Berserker. We had to find Berserker and kill him.
At least push back that Baron, so the Baron power play will be done for as they go back to base with their soul and still have very healthy gold in the zone.
They are very far ahead. 8K, and you can say about 6K worth of stats from the soul, so that is About a 14,000 gold lead, if you want to talk about it as far as
Infernal Soul is like you just get an upgrade to an op. It's each round you can say, you know what, I'd like an upgrade to an op.
Infernal Soul is also kind of like if people play Call of Duty, it's like stopping power. Like your bullets just do more damage. Like your Vandal hitting for 40 instead hits for like 50 pretty much, 50 or 60.
I think the most impressive thing to me is the way that
Bone 1K. Would I change the color of Sentinels? No. We love red. It's a very specific color. It's very Sentinels.
Because he just come over and Dan and Jojo were on that team, did take some time.
Sleeping Snipe saying they have to switch to the blackout jersey.
But then also watching the way
Ghost Facts.
With their young players,
we had a real chance in game 1 and through. This one, they've just kind of run us over. So we're about to be down 0-2. It's a best of 5. Winner plays grand final tomorrow. LYON won game 1, which was a much closer game where we had Dragon Soul and then through. This one, LYON's just taking it to us from the very beginning.
So that's the thing with Inspired is he's so good at getting everybody on the same page, and that page is like a really high-quality page of how to play League of Legends.
I mean, he's such strong opinions about how to play the game, and he's obviously very, very effective at teaching that.
Yeah, a lot of this game is
you mentioned it, Jojo and Danny,
for people who are wondering what's going on now. You have to wait for like a spike rush like buff to spawn to fight over to then try to push it in the game. So right now these guys will just kind of look at each other until one of them spawns. There's one right there in that little pit to the left. There was the dragons we were talking about. There's these big buffs, that monsters that spawn that give you buffs, and then you got to kill those, and then you got to use that buff to win the game pretty much.
And the one other key thing is in League of Legends, everything is about vision. So those little wards are those blue dashes sitting in around the map that gives the players on that team vision in that space. And so where League of Legends is a lot more about sound cues, League of Legends is all about vision.
Everybody just has KJ turrets they can put around the map.
Exactly. Those are KJ turrets, but you have everyone can carry one.
Yep. There's also like, I guess they're all alarm bots, but then there's everybody can have a KJ turret as well that can see alarm bots, if that makes sense. Oh, this is over. Okay, flip the game.
Now, the one thing I'll say is Doublelift said that the Baron has been debuffed so much that it's not the winning buff it used to be. That's the Doublelift take.
Yes, but the more Barons you take, the stronger the buff gets.
Okay, wait a second. Can we just pop Isles here? Come on. How's Isles still alive? Oh, he went to immune there. Okay, so we got Isles immediately. Okay, so wait. What is it? We lost 2 and they lost 1, or we lost 3? No, we lost.
It's yeah, 2 for 1, but Isles' job was to make sure
just
nobody could throw. Yeah, he didn't want anyone to influence Baron's pit anymore.
So 30 seconds till Hombox alive. Can they end it here, or they're just going to take the first round of turrets in the base?
Well, this basically just in pro play, even if they don't win the game here, this ends the game.
Yes.
Like, it's very hard to come back from this
now
point.
It makes it a 99% win probability. Now
this
if
is
Darkwings dies, it's over. It actually is over if Darkwings dies. Now they just end the game.
Yeah. This is yeah, match point, and losing team has 1 player last alive against 4 players.
One guy who needs to defuse.
Yes, and yeah, this,
he's 1v4.
1v4 needs to defuse,
and he doesn't have a gun. He has a pistol. That's where we're at right now. Wait, they're actually going to go take Elder instead of trying to end.
That's fine. It's still a 1v4. The thing is, even if they reset here, it's still a 1v4.
Hey, it's not 100%.
Not 100% though. I could always defuse.
And look to seal the deal at Elder. Sentinels, it's going to be hard to even leave the base to get out and try to contest this, but you really have to take a swing. You've got to take a risk here. Maybe if you take Elder, you have some tiny snowball's chance.
So those minions now coming down the lane with shields and swords, those are super minions because they've now done so much damage to our base. There's that combo.
Oh my god.
There's that combo.
And the thing is, with this Chemtech Soul, like, look at the damage that they don't take. Inspired shield is so... Oh my god.
Has Berserker even died in the series? Yeah, it's a best of 5, yes.
Oh my god! That wasn't even a 4th shot.
I don't even think Berserker has died.
And Rahel does not. LYON marching on the Nexus.
All right.
5 for 0, 2-0 for LYON.
Where would you power rank like Sentinels in League of Legends right now?
So coming into the league, and I think it's pretty, the only big change would be, I would have definitely power ranked coming into the year, Cloud9, LYON, and TL, the top 3 clearly. And people were putting Dignitas and DSG as the bottom 2. DSG definitely was much scrappier than people expected. And then Shopify didn't win a game. I don't know if they didn't win a match. I don't even think they won a game. Like, I think they lost every game they've played. So Shopify definitely disappointed. So I would say the bottom 2 are Shopify, Dignitas. The top 2 are Cloud9, LYON. And then I think the big change is Team Liquid is kind of like the Sentinels of League of Legends, where they blew up their roster and now they're trying to get some team chemistry.
Yeah.
So we beat Team Liquid 2-1 to make it to the upper half of the playoffs. So and then Team Liquid lost to LYON. So I would definitely say LYON and Cloud9 are definitely the 2 best teams. And then I think we're in the pack with Team Liquid, Disguised Toast, and FlyQuest. We didn't play FlyQuest in this tournament. FlyQuest had to rebuild, and they lost their 2 best players, who were Inspired and Busio, who's probably the best the best support player in the West. He's now playing in Europe, but he was on the FlyQuest team last year. So FlyQuest lost Inspired and Busio, and that's giant to lose both.
Yeah.
And so I would say we're in that pack where there's definitely a gap of LYON, Cloud9 at the top, Dignitas and Shopify at the bottom. And then there's a pack of us, Liquid, FlyQuest, and Disguised Toast. That, I think, is the power ranking.
Interesting.
The big change is from preseason power rankings, everybody had Team Liquid. I'd say like 80% of people had Team Liquid as the 1 seed, which was a little ambitious given they changed 3 of their players. Where Cloud9 only changed 1. But ironically, the one player Cloud9 switched out was they picked up the mid laner that Team Liquid dropped. And so everyone viewed that as Team Liquid massively upgrading their top and mid lane. But so far, it has not worked out that way. So for those of you just tuning in, it's a best of 5. We lost the first 2 games. We had a real shot at game 1. Game 2, we got run over. Definitely Impact had a rough game 2. Whoever wins this match today goes to the grand final tomorrow. The winner of the grand final goes to the first international of the year called First Stand, which is going to take place in Sao Paulo in 2 to 3 weeks. The loser of this match and the loser of tomorrow's match play in the first ever America's Cup, where 2nd and 3rd from North America play 2nd and 3rd from South America next week. So if we do lose this match or tomorrow, we play next week in the America's Cup. But so certainly for us to come in top 3 in this first event, since the team is brand new, I think definitely was ahead of expectations, especially getting a win against Team Liquid, which if you'd asked me a month ago, would we possibly beat Team Liquid? I would have said not in the first part of the season. So
yeah,
that's definitely where things went well to start. Someone in my chat said LYON losing Inspired and Busio was like Sentinels losing Tens and Saucy. Ooh, they're bringing it full circle to Valorant terms.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but the big difference is they replaced Tens and Saucy. We actually skipped a year because they replaced Tens and Saucy with rookies, basically. Where so that's what happened in the FlyQuest combination. So they're definitely in a rough spot. There you go, Mini Cubert on the desk with the LYON. How do you think Mini Cubert fares in a fight with a LYON? It's an interesting combination because Mini Cubert definitely is not going to play fair, not going to follow the rules. Just saying.
I don't think Lion's like eating cubes though, right? It's kind of like a what's it called? A no contest. Nobody wins. The cube doesn't get eaten.
Once the Lion tries to swallow a cube, first if he tries to swallow a cubert, what happens? Like, does that just kind of kill him from the inside? I just want to know.
The lion becomes red and becomes like a cubert hybrid lion.
There you go.
That's the facts.
All right, so ask me. All right, so I'll give you the same thing I give my chat.
Okay.
So ask me a Valorant question.
Why Ewok, and how did you find Ewok? Were there any other coaches you were looking at? Was your first choice? But explain Ewok to me.
Okay. So we reached out to a couple of who we think are the smartest people in the space. You can come up with your own list of who you think the smartest people. We had our own list. And so we reached out, and first response was kind of like, there really isn't anyone who's going to have the experience and the resume that can jump into something in the middle of the year, right? That's always the biggest issue, is who's going to be up to this challenge. And then I got a message the next day and said, wait, Ewok actually is available. Like, right, because Ewok coached RRQ for 3 years, built that team over time, definitely not with the budget of a Gen G T1, right?
Yeah.
And managed to put a team together that last year won stage 1 and came in second in stage 2 and was going toe-to-toe with Paper X the whole year. Or once Paper X turned their season around. And so when we talked to him, for him, it was like, this is a spectacular opportunity. Like the opportunity, because it gets back to the question you were asking, hypothetical, which is, this is an org that I'm going to have the resources that I can win an international. And so him having the exact same goals we have. And so while he was kind of doing a reset and going to take probably the year off and then look to, right, get a job kind of in the off season when there's theoretically more job openings. For him, he basically taken the kickoff off and was, he was working on the analyst desk for Asia Pacific. And so we had 2 conversations with him about philosophy and roster and approach. And so we were all very much on the same page and just felt like, so 3 years ago, we did the same thing. I took a lot of heat when we replaced Psycho mid-season or early in the season, right? It's like you asked me, the one thing you asked me on Twitter when I reached out to you was, when will you know if it works or not? And my point then was, well, we know we're not heading in the right direction. So at some point, you just have to decide, are we going to keep, because this is the moment you can make a change where you could actually affect even this year. But even if you're not just affecting this year, you at least have your infrastructure in place so that when you're in the off season, if you then have to make some additional changes, you've now got the coach you're building with. And he's already got the firsthand knowledge of your current player base, right? And so that's why, yes, it's always controversial when you replace a coach in season. But the last time, and ironically, it's when Kaplan got the job, right? I took a lot of heat because we'd only played like 4 matches when we made the change with Psycho. But again, a lot of it is just us knowing the internal workings of the team, which from the outside you would just never have a sense of, right? Like if people aren't meshing at all, and if the direction is in a place where you know if you stay on this direction, we're going to actually get worse, which is kind of what's happened over the last 2 months, right? Like from kickoff, from preseason to kickoff, we went backwards, where a lot of the other teams like 100 Thieves made a lot of big steps forward. So then you just get to the question of what is the reasonable time and what's happening. And so that's where it was like, oh, there's an opportunity for someone who we were like excited about the opportunity to work with. And so we decided to make the change and went with Ewok. We didn't talk to anybody else. And if there wasn't somebody with his level of experience, right, we would have had to stick with it. But our gut told us that this would have been a really long year if that's what we did.
Interesting. Cool.
But now still, I think the thing I found funniest was Kurt suddenly deciding that when I referenced Bren as one of the things which triggered me, of him going, that's absurd. That's like the Jets owner quoting Madden ratings. And I'm like, wait, Bren is an analyst of Valorant. That's what he does for a living. And he basically said, your roster isn't as good as 100 Thieves roster. Well, that is not the budget we have. That's not the mandate we have. So yeah, we made it a change. So I'm just pointing out that it just was part of, as we're always, right? Are we making a good decision? Are we making a bad decision? What is the caliber of the talent we currently have? And saying that is not our ambition. So you asked the question, we always want to be on a path where we can see winning a major within a 12-month period. And if we're farther away than that, then we're not in the right place.
Cool. That's nice insight in terms of what the actual goal is, because I think that the situation previously was just like, it just seems like goals were changing like on the fly in a wishy-washy sense, and like people were just getting thrown under the bus. But when you put it all into more so of a contextual standpoint, then things need to change. What are you guys doing like to make sure things like what happened with Kaplan don't repeat themselves from your like perspective? Because there has to be a certain level of accountability, right, from like the organization as well. I feel like you can't just put everything on the Kaplan decision as well. Like, yeah, one of the things is the Ewok's not going to have the chance to do the same contractual stuff. But is there anything else like internally that's changed really?
No, but I'm saying we've been in a lot of games historically, right? Like back in the day, we were in League of Legends. We were then in Overwatch, right? we were then in Fortnite. We were in Apex Legends. We got into Valorant early. We're in Marvel Rivals. And we have a very consistent approach relative to building rosters, but it's usually a very collaborative, iterative process.
Yeah.
And so we got put into a situation that then, like I said, we were forced into a roster that was not the roster we wanted, because then you're in a situation of saying, can you imagine if we'd replaced Kaplan in September?
But wouldn't it be like the exact same thing as like? Because I feel like that'd be the wave though, right? Like
yes, but
in September after champs, right? Is the idea?
Correct. That's when we were having the conversations. But the other question someone asked, and this I think if you just kind of step back and look at a human nature thing, right? If we say to the coach, no, John is saying his IGL, right?
Yeah,
that's the most committed, connected relationship there is in Valorant, right?
Yeah, coach to IGL, yeah.
So if the coach is like, I don't want John to be my IGL anymore, and we're like, sorry, coach, he is your IGL, that just felt like setting up failure. That's what that set up for us.
Yeah.
So therefore, we gave that run. But like I said, when you're looking at the three pillars of our success, we're Kaplan coaching, John IGLing, Zek and Duelist. And two of those pillars the coach decided to replace, and we disagreed, and we went along with it because it's funny, right? All the reasons we're getting criticized now is why we got to here, because basically saying, okay, he's earned the right to do this.
Yeah.
But it went so horribly wrong. We're like, there's no path where this is going to get fixed. And to basically step in now and say to a coach, okay, John showed consistently he's one of the best IGLs, certainly in North America, if not the world, and he's going to be our IGL again. That if we force that just didn't feel to us like a path that was going to work.
Like, you think that it'd take more than 12 months to get to an international from what happened in kickoff?
Yes.
All right, because I feel like it was also just like one bracket tournament, like giving a chance for this team, maybe like a week or two in stage 1, like the equivalent time to how much Psycho got, right? He got like what, 4 weeks of games.
Well, he had played. He went. Ironically, he went 1-3, and Kaplan went 1-3. The problem was, right, because just look at how that tournament went. We weren't getting better. Like, the one thing I'll say about our League of Legends team, like I said, we're playing above our weight right now. The fact that we're in this match today, we're way ahead of where we should be. Okay.
Yeah.
But like in our 4th match against Leviathan, right?
Yeah.
We made Leviathan look like a top 4 team.
Was that when Neon came back, or was that?
Yes, second game. That was Neon's second game.
That was a combination of like Sen's bad play and like Neon being Neon. I feel like it's not entirely on the Sen game plan failing. I think it still needed some like some betterment in approach, but
yes,
I would still say
no. But I'm saying what we'd already had to accept was Narrate wasn't going to be the entry duelist. Well, once we were in that place, like, wait, that's how we built the team, was Narrate to be the entry duelist. So we were kind of stitching things together the next day. But then the next day, Cloud9 ran them over.
Yeah.
Cloud9 ran them over. So therefore, you're like, well, wait a second. Leviathan's not a top 4 team. Like, Leviathan is a middle pack team. And so you're like, we lost to 100 Thieves 2-0. We lost to Leviathan 2-0. Furia now in hindsight, you're like, okay, they went on a roll, so losing to them 2-0 wasn't a big deal. And the only team we beat was Evil Geniuses. That is not our ambition. That is not our budget. That's not what we're looking to accomplish. That's the pack we're in, right? That's just not where we should be or want to be. So, yes, the problem is, as you said, if we waited, because like the other piece you never would see from the outside is what is happening internally in terms of the players' relationships with each other and the players' relationship with the coach. Right?
Yeah.
And so if it's all broken, of saying you're going to be putting so much into fixing that versus just saying this is too broken to fix, we got to move forward. So that's ultimately where we went. So, like I said,
that makes sense. But
and
this is So sorry.
No, because I was saying, and then people criticize me a lot for saying too much, but it's like we're like people are really mad at us even explaining it. If I didn't explain it, then people would really say, you people are idiots. Like, what are you doing? So
I think the disconnect is around the fact that like we can trust Kaplan for that champs change, which is insane. But then why not stick with him with a betterment of understanding of what the team needs, like within change? Like, why does Kaplan need to go? Whereas we could maybe switch up how the contract looks, switch up how the approach goes, but keep the guy you trust so much that may have had an off year, but the vision was still there. Like some of the stuff like that you guys were doing with John getting off of IGL, as much as you don't want that, there is some merit in what was happening, right? Zekin on smokes on MIBR, some merit on how he was playing there as well. So that is like my other follow-up before draft ends is like, was there a vision of like Kaplan still being a part of the changes, like putting John back on IGL? Was that ever a possibility, changing the relationship with how Sen sees the coach as well?
So, all right, this is the last thing I'll say, but I will, since you showed up here today, I will say, right, which is, no, Kaplan still wasn't in a place to say, I want to put John back as IGL. That's not where Kaplan was. All right? So, so if you say to your coach, right, sorry, this is your IGL, the coach-IGL relationship has to be such a bond and such a trust that if you're basically forcing that decision, that it just felt like we were just better off just starting over and bringing in the new coach now and doing the reset now. So that's ultimately the decision we had to make.
Okay. Yeah.
Just knowing human nature, right?
Yeah.
Of like when you're forced to do something, it's usually not when you're at your best. So that is what happened. Okay. All right. The game's about to start. So now full reset. Who knows? We could win this game and then we could have some more Valorant talk. All right, so here's the funny thing Valorant fans are always thrown off by is a lot of coaches in League of Legends wearing suits or sports coats. That definitely is kind of from the Korean tradition. So our coach, I'm like, I don't have a tailor on staff. I go, if you're allowed to wear Sentinels merch, look at that Sen windbreaker, the Sen t-shirt, the blackout t-shirt. So our coach is hard repping the Sentinels merch.
Have you guys commissioned like a Sentinel suit?
No, I don't think there's a market for Sentinel suit. If you ask my chat, who of you would want a Sentinel suit? I don't think anyone on my chat is saying sign me up. So, because there was a podcast 2 weeks ago where he was sitting with two coaches, I think FlyQuest coach and maybe Cloud9's, and they were both wearing suits, and he was dressed just like this, and I'm like, exactly.
I will buy 3 Sen suits if you guys made it. You'd be the only org to have like if you lean into the actual colors, and like it would look so sick. I feel like that's the wave.
Now, see, my chat suggesting a Sentinels tie or Sentinels cufflinks, but no one on my chat is asking for a suit.
I'm looking for the suit. That'd be so sick. Oscar level outfit.
Wait, the game has been paused. Uh-oh. Now, we've had a tradition with our team some reason so far.
Yeah.
Where each of the last 2 weeks, our team botched something in the load-in. So
interesting.
There was a match. Let's see what they're saying.
Generally, if you
like
haven't heard
Bron Keystone Master or something?
Yes. They have a full recording of everything from the player's PC, including all of their inputs from mouse, from
keyboard. I gotta
ask
my
and they're going to go back and they're going to find out, was it player error? Did they click the wrong rune? Or was it a client bug? If it's client bug, you get a remake. You can fix that. If it's player error, well, tough luck.
Yeah, that is exactly, just got confirmation that.
Oh, if it's player error, I mean, this is going to be tough if it's on. So what it is that if something shows up, like when you start the game and something's not what you set it up as, there's 2 instances where either you clicked on the wrong thing or the client bugged out. They actually record everyone's PCs while they're loading in and stuff and doing champ select. So they're checking that recording right now to see if it was player error or if it's a client bug. And if it is player error, you play on.
Bug in particular, I got Rain over here with
yeah,
me
so
you guys have been on an
ironically, they did what we did 2 weeks ago.
You guys have had. Can you speak to me about the kind of success you guys have been having recently?
Oh, I mean, I think it's just we're just having momentum. We're just getting confident. Every match we play, we're getting more comfortable about the win condition of the comp we're playing. So I think it's just being on a good flow.
A lot of it is also coming off the back of just ridiculous drafts where you guys.
All right, I'm not really excited to listen to the other team's coach. So they put in the wrong rune for their Rise. So they're the ones complaining this time, I think. Do they have Rise? Wait.
Rise is on the LYON side.
Yes. So the Rise put in the wrong rune. We had that happen with Impact 2 weeks ago against Team Liquid. Game 1. He put in the wrong rune. I think he was playing Aatrox or Sion. I can't remember which it was. But he put in the wrong rune, and it was a rune that the cast was like, if you were going to rank the runes for that champion, this was the worst rune. It was Guardian he took.
Guardian on Aatrox is, the game's over.
And so,
game's actually over.
Yes. And so basically, they're like, obviously it was a mistake because you would never do that. And they basically said, well, that you don't get a do-over. So we had to play game 1 with Aatrox using Guardian. All right?
Yep.
So we lost game 1, but then we came back and won games 2 and 3. Last week, Darkwings did have a user error and selected the wrong champion.
What?
And they actually did give us a do-over. Now, I think at that point, Cloud9 just felt bad for us because they were crushing us. So Cloud9 actually said it's fine. And they actually did let us swap out the champion.
Yeah.
So this time, Lions mid laner put in the wrong runes for Rise. So this is exactly what happened with us. And with us, they basically said, no, you screwed it up. You got to play with it. So that's the most likely outcome of what's about to happen here, but we'll see what happens. All right, so we do have a time. We have a delay here. All right, so here's the funny story I will tell. I'll share since you showed up. All right?
Yeah.
I walk in because, MIBR rents office space from us.
Yeah.
And so I walk in on Monday, and they're loading in and getting ready to practice. And so I go up to Zek and I say, hey, Zach, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you in the middle of this whole thing yesterday. He's like, oh, it's all right. And then I asked him a question I can't repeat on stream. But then I turned to Fraud and I said, okay, enough already. You had your time. The joke's over. And I took Zek in his gaming chair and rolled him down the hall back to Sentinel's side of the office. So now an hour later, I'm on the phone with our head of competitive ops. and my door's shut, and a knock on my door, and I see through the window, it's Zekin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Charlie, Zekin's returned. Our prayers are answered. And then I open the door, and he's standing there with Tex and Mazzino, and he says, hey, Rob, can we... They want to know if they can raid your Red Bull fridge. So
yeah, energy.
So
yeah.
I gave Tex and Mazzino. I'm actually being told it was a bug on the rune here. So I did give Tex and Mazzino a care package of Red Bull from the Sen Red Bull inventories. So the flavor I'm most passionate about, but unfortunately is leaving the shop because it's seasonal, is Red Bull came out with a Fuji Apple Ginger, which is the best mixer there is.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
And I did clear with Red Bull at some point. I'm like, are you guys okay if I'm like mixing cocktails on stream? Like if it's like best of 5 and it's game 3 and we're bombing out. Are you okay if I mix a cocktail? And they're like, absolutely. Like Red Bull is a great mixer. So the one key question I have was to chat. I'm like, I don't want to leak because I am notorious for leaking stuff with Tarek. That Red Bull does now have a new spring flavor. And when it showed up, I was a little nervous because I'm always looking for a cherry flavored drink, but usually they just aren't good. So I was nervous that chat was going to say to me, hey, Rob, did you try the new flavor? And I didn't know what I was going to say because they knew I am a big fan of the new Red Bull flavor. So it's called Cherry Sakura. It's actually excellent. And it is the spring flavor for a Red Bull. So
nice.
Just sharing important piece of information from my sponsor. But chat knows that I'm very honest. The other thing you should know is that Clase Azul is like our, when Tarek and I need to change luck, we'll have a good luck shot of Clase Azul.
That's respects.
Which is the champagne of tequilas.
Yep. A little pricey.
A little pricey, but you know what? It's worth it. Like you just sip it on ice.
Yeah.
It's low-cal.
It's true.
It's not like a margarita where you're putting all that sugar in it. You're just enjoying the flavor of Clase Azul. So, all right. So we're told it was a bug, so they are going to reload here. All right. So what... all right, so if you were explaining League of Legends to Valorant people who didn't know anything, give them your short pitch on the game objectives in League of Legends.
Objective in Valorant is to basically plant spike, win the round. You have to basically look at League as having 3 bomb sites on the map in a sense, and you have to win them like 3 times, but there's like 3 league games going on at the same time, and that's like every single lane. Those are all separate maps, and then there's one guy on each team that can kind of coach each lane as well and help it win its like round basically over and over again until you kind of win a map in that lane, and then the next map happens where it's the next turret. So the turrets are kind of like sites you approach. The lane itself is kind of like the map, and there's 3 lanes, 3 maps playing at the same time. I think it's the easiest way to approach like the starting of watching League of Legends, you know? I'm not sure if that makes the most sense, but
every bit helps.
Yeah.
Like I said,
you're attacking, you're defending at the same time. Like you have your site, they have their site. And yeah, it's top down, which is weird. People always say, is it hard to aim in this game? Like it doesn't seem like there's any aiming. There's skill shots. There's a lot of aim, especially at the high level. It's not like, you know, aiming in a 3D space, but it's an entire separate mechanic. Yeah, easiest way to see those. Every time they show you like 2 guys moving around in their little space, that's the lane. The lane itself is its own map, and they're kind of playing 1v1 on it. It's like 3 skirmishes going on at the same time, and one guy on each team can like go in between as a coach to help the skirmishes.
And I think the one thing I would add is when you're watching the broadcast, you have perfect vision and the players have limited vision. And one of the biggest fights in the game, and your advantage is because you're winning, you're gaining territory, you're getting vision of more territory, and therefore you have a big advantage because you can see what's going on in more of the map, which is hard to tell when you're a new viewer, because when you're watching, you can see everything that's happening. And so there'll be some times where somebody's in a fight and they chase someone and stop. And you're like, why are you stopping? The person has low health. Go kill them. The problem is if they don't have any vision back there, they don't know if there's two teammates waiting in the brush to kill you. And so that's the one thing that is hard when you've never watched League of Legends before, is appreciating that you're seeing so much more than the players are. Like in Valorant, it's very obvious to you that you can't see because it's like a outline against a wall. So you can absolutely tell it's a wall hack. Where here, since you can always see everything, it's hard to ever put yourself in the player's vision. All right, here we go.
Looking to start the reverse sweep
so
here.
Can we at least have a more competitive game?
Who has looked so dominant.
I'm looking at the comps. This seems like,
for Rise, not Conquer, going to be very important.
Again, Lions pick something that has amazing agency, and Sens pick something that can scale well, but gets abused until it's online.
No.
It's tough. Varus needs 6 to start the fight. Pre-6, I feel like Jace can just do a lot more than Skarner. I don't know.
I mean, one of the things that's so annoying about this champ is basically how people kind of play it is they power farm and then they just drive by lanes and hit you with a shock blast, farm some first strike gold, chunk you out in your lane, and then kind of on their merry way, just continuing to farm.
So Rahel is playing Sivir, right? No, he's playing
Varus.
He's playing Varus, right?
Yes.
He's playing Varus, who he's playing All-Star, who has no damage early, right? No, literally none.
It is very, very difficult.
Like Varus early game damage?
No, the Alistar.
Oh, the Alistar. Alistar early game, yeah, doesn't do as much in terms of damage, but he has a lot of utility. Like he can set up Varus to have the damage in a sense, if that makes sense. This, I believe, is a terrible matchup for Gwen, right? Yorick. There's not much she can really do, if I remember my.
So that's the one advantage we have, right?
Yeah, but I think at level 6 or maybe it's 9, she just like completely diffs Yorick. Is it the other way around? Yorick is a crying one. My bad. Oh yeah, because she can skip his. Yorick can do nothing to get away from her once she gets like her E. But I think in the early levels he has advantage.
And the difficulty for Impact in this one is that
top lane should be Dokla sided.
Gwen is a champion that can ignore your cage with the skip and slash, and Gwen is a champion that can outscale you in the lane. So that is kind of a recipe for a tough matchup there for Yorick. But of course, if you get ahead, sometimes that just doesn't even matter.
I mean,
if you get ahead, yes.
To put it in Valorant terms, like this skirmish up top is both these guys love to lurk in the game. Impact Sentinels lurker though, like is always going to be on a tripwire, is always going to have a worse gun, and is always going to like, I mean, right now he doesn't know what the hell.
Very dicey for Dokla as he tried to,
other than like for the next 2 minutes he has a Vandal, and after that he falls off. So whatever Impact wants to do has to be like right now, whatever difference he wants to make. Lane's pushing into him actually. This is really good.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, she TPs though.
He wanted that 550 for the base to have a reasonable base there. And Impact is going to be grabbing that call, and he's going to hold on to his TP and just walk back.
So yeah, Valorant terms wise, that's the skirmish top. Other skirmish happening mid. Between these two guys, this is like a this is like watching a game on Pearl between two very slow teams. Nothing happens for like 15 minutes.
But Impact will have the teleport advantage on him now, and Hambach might be going for a bit of a lane.
Hambach's coming top.
Bit of free time.
Yeah, I like it. He's going to look for the angle here. We'll see if they can set it up, especially if Dokla uses the skip and slash.
Did Dokla already use his flash?
That is a very big way.
No, he just EW'd away. So you can see next to his name, if it's dark, the flash will be gone, like you use like his teleport there.
Yes.
But if it's bright, then it's on. Yeah.
So the Skarner ult is one of those ults that can be game-changing because he can basically spear you and drag you into his teammates.
He has a deadlock ultimate from Valorant. Yes.
Yes. Exactly. He has the deadlock ult. That's the best. Exactly. See?
Yeah.
This is what we're looking for the Valorant fans. It's the Skarner has the deadlock ult.
Of course, this one did not connect.
Stole some minions from Saint.
He did.
It's actually I guess as hard as to hit as deadlock.
You're feeling pretty good about it. That is just
the coolest thing actually. Deadlock ult and Valorant sometimes just whiffs. For Skarner, you have to be close range.
Yeah, but I'm saying Skarner, it's just you have to be close range, but usually hit it. But sometimes you might die when you're trying to get in there to take the trade.
Yeah, high level, like, there's so much mobility. Like, Dogla can E out of it, can press, like, W to dodge any ability in the game. But again, he's getting so bullied right now. This is cool from Impact, actually.
So those of you just joining us, this is lower final, best of 5. Lion won the first 2 games. Game 1 was very competitive. Game 2 was a stomp. Inspired is stalking us. Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Somebody yell out. We don't know where Inspired is. Somebody hurry. Tell us.
That's a flash here. 1, 2, 3. Q, E, flash backwards.
No, he waited too long.
Nice.
Way too long.
Yeah.
With the mechanical misplay, that means that
Impact's been making some mechanical mistakes in this one.
This has not been his best series.
Yeah.
Okay. I said it before chat said it. I said this is not Impact's best series. As the caster said, this has not been Impact's best series. This is not. He played great against Team Liquid and against DSG. Last week we were kind of always on the back foot, but today it's definitely been rough.
Just walk back. You know what I mean? Like, you just throw down the cage against the wall. They have to path around it. Like, that is going to be enough.
I think the character Inspired is playing as well. My chat wanted me to point this out, and I might be wrong, so I might be going the wrong way with this, but it's like saying you need a smokes player, and then your controller locks in Jet because she has smokes. So like Jace, the character Inspired is playing, I don't think is usually seen in the jungle. Maybe things have changed a bit, but he's got like very minimal utility clear, unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, he just flashed right back into the needlework on the third hit of the needlework, and that is the one that does so much damage. So Impact's early laning, all for naught kind of now, as he's down 5.
That's definitely viable now, though, but yeah.
And Inspired again.
Yeah, he had the early
really love seeing the planning,
farm lead,
of,
and then that just, How did this happen again? First level, but it is also one of those things, right? Of like,
oh no, he's
knowing where the jungler was.
So yes, Impact could have
not knowing where the jungler was. All right, here we go. Here we go. So he tried to put up his wall. So Darkwings has a wall.
Yep.
And the stun didn't hit because that's when Humbach was going to try and ult. No way, he's dying again. No ult.
Yep, he will. He has no flash.
Yeah.
Wait, in 2 seconds.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait.
He's fine. He's fine. He's fine.
Wait, he lived.
I think the jungler can run up a little bit faster now as well, because he could out-sustain him, and that's why
Inspired.
Tell me he actually based this time.
He
didn't
stays!
Base. He didn't base. Now, Inspired left.
On a lot of these plays. The ward is going to reveal him, though. So now
he saw that ward come up. He saw him ward.
No,
he knows he's in there. Inspired's coming back.
No
what is Impact doing? They know he's in the bush.
Are you kidding me? Now, wait.
They're going to dive him.
No, but at least he has that little, what's that thing called?
The maiden.
Yeah,
but Huhi's here too. Yeah.
At least he has the maiden, so at least it does kind of help.
Minus 75 from Huhi. What is this, Dokla? Oh, he doesn't see him yet.
A second? All right. Well, at least he, therefore, wait. At least Huhi came so that Impact can clear this wave. Right?
Yes, but now look at what happens in bot lane. There's no prio. For some reason, Hambach's trying to fight.
And then he just got hit with the Bard ult. Okay, what is happening here? Wait,
yeah.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Isles throwing.
Isles is throwing.
I was like, hey, thank you. Let me throw this back to you. I feel guilty. I feel guilty.
Yeah. Giving that to Varus as well is really bad. I actually main Varus right now on this patch. And getting even like a 300 gold lead in the beginning is insane. I think he's going, what, the Dusk and Dawn build? No, he's going Bodrick. Never mind.
But it is even gold in the bot lane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looks pretty good in the river right here. They think, hey, we can get a lot of damage down. Sivir as well as Ryze can be here, but getting the double suppress buys him enough time.
Sweet.
Rahel pushes Berserker
How did
back
Rahel
follow
die?
up, and Isles
Did Rahel die?
definitely should not have chased
No.
through. Thought maybe he'd get the execute.
Rahel did not die, and Rahel got a kill. Oh, Rahel got the
kill. Rahel got the gold. Yeah,
oh yeah, that's nuts. Great. That's perfect.
At this point in the game, with I don't know what even.
Really good person to have the gold on.
You're autoing him for like 40 or 50 or something, right? You're not going to be killing him anytime soon. So he is pretty tanky. Dokla continuing to get pushed in his impact, just trying his best to stay relevant.
Yeah, and I mean the fact that he lived through that last sequence when.
So the Void Grubs last year were a big deal. Now they're not that big a deal, right?
He stuck around. He greeted.
Yeah, it's not a bad objective to get though. It's like okay, gold, and I feel like for this team, Void Grubs actually might make a difference because again. So we talked about Dragon being like Spike Rush buffs. Void Grubs are like letting your Lurker on this map, like Impact, like we're watching right now. It's like making your Lurker being able to sprint and not make footsteps. It makes split pushing in this game really, really good. So Impact will do more damage to towers. It's what his entire kit is about. He wants to lurk essentially on the map, and this little thing that Inspired is doing right now really helps with that. So when you have this like Lurker v Lurker matchup top lane, whoever has more grubs, sometimes it makes a little bit of a difference the later the game goes.
And the shovel damage is no joke. You can be farming plates very, very quickly as Dokla now going to be popping the Hallowed Mist. And
again, Impact can't get run down though. If you take out his wife, his maiden here, his little side bay.
Goodness.
Oh my god.
Inspired just keeps showing up and rinse and repeat.
They're doing it really smart where like they're doing it off as a flash cooldown where they know that both of these guys will have flash at the same time. And they just keep burning it.
So the disaster scenario has struck, but we've went through a whole lock-in tournament of no one spending time top lane, and suddenly Inspired can't.
Now is Hambach going to be able to steal this camp before Inspired gets here, or he's just going to take half of it?
Have been really dropped. Mid lane,
I can get it.
He got it.
Yeah.
Inspired's even dropped camps to Hambach, so really investing in this Dokla Gwen.
Okay, now are we going to be able to pull this off, or Saint just walks up the river and walks away? Yeah.
He walks away, yeah.
So he just hugged the other side of the map and is not going to get caught.
He's actually one of the oldest champions in the game.
Wait, did they both flash on that kill? Oh, they did.
All three flashed, yes.
Oh, okay, so that's not the worst case scenario. Therefore, is yes, Impact dying, but them using their jungler and top lane flash isn't the worst thing.
Well, the thing is, right, Rob, it takes a while to like get a wife in life. You know what I'm saying? And Impact's ult is like having a wife. If you kill his wife, kind of in this game, it takes a long time for it to come back, and Impact has no agency without that ultimate. Watch how fast Dokla just rids this wave and has immediate prio on Impact in a second. 2 more seconds, the backline gets queued, and we're back in action. Impact with no wife can't walk past like the halfway portion in his lane. He has to go on a first date again, has to, you know, propose, wedding has to happen. It's a long cooldown is what I'm trying to say. It just hit like halfway, his ultimate. And Douglas is already up.
I see that.
Let him live with Dusk and Dawn and extend the lead, and now Impact needs to move, or rather Inspire needs to move.
So Isle's champion is called Bard, and he has 2 abilities. One that lets him teleport away, and his teammates can jump in. It's a tunnel that allows you to TP, basically. And he also has an ability to freeze you, and a tower or an objective. Any of those he hits with his ult, they are frozen for a couple seconds.
He gives your whole team like basically like Yoru movement kind of close range, or almost like a waylay dash wherever you kind of want. And this is what happens. No wife. Dokla can walk up, hit the turret whenever he wants, take whatever farm he wants. There's no...
Okay, now to be fair, we do again have 2 Drakes. And
true, but...
What's the...
Are they the best?
The Chemtech soul again.
Chemtech actually would be really good on Sentinels.
Is it?
Yeah, for Alistar and Skarner. Like, if you have tanky characters, it really amplifies tanks and healing, so...
Oh, great. All right.
Yeah.
Like I said, see, these are things I do not know. I know everybody wants an Infernal Soul. Yes, those asking who's supposed to help Impact, it theoretically is your jungler, but sometimes you make the decision that given what your top laner's role in the game is, you're better off using that attention on mid lane or bot lane. Don't let him get in there. Just go with him and kill him.
No.
Oh,
don't follow Bard.
No. Come on, Ferris. Hell, yes.
Oh, nice. Really good for Rahel.
Nice moves from Isles to
oh no, not again. Saint's getting here to interrupt his back again. Oh no, it wasn't Saint, it was Isles before.
Yeah.
They've spent a lot of time interrupting our backs. We keep basing on wards and getting our backs interrupted. How many times can we do that in one game? Oh my goodness, Impact.
He's dead.
Is on the hunt, and Impact has nowhere to go.
And his wife is dead again, by the way.
His ult, and they're getting first turret.
Yeah. Genuine second divorce for Impact. This is rough.
But I'm going to say, right, at some point, given his champion, right, you're just better off abandoning him and just trying to hope your bot lane and mid lane can get to a place where they can carry the game. I mean, isn't that...
Yes.
Because doesn't
any regular game. In any regular game. Because in this one, when you're up against Gwen, Gwen does everything Impact wants to do better. And she actually is good at killing Impact. So the further he falls behind, the better of a win con LYON has, and the more useless he gets.
There's no question about that.
It's tough. It's tough. Like, Yorick is an amazing character, the one that Impact's playing, just because, yeah, your game can go to shit, but you usually just end up in a side lane and you're vibing. Gwen is going to be there. A nightmare paralysis demon. Like, you can't get rid of it. It's so messed up.
So having more gold, for those asking, gives you the ability to buy better weapons, gives you the ability to buy shields and other. That's very much like Valorant, is you use your gold to buy stuff to make you better. So they have a 3K gold lead at 15 minutes. That's a pretty substantial gold lead. What do you think? 8-4? Is that like 8-4 at the Switch?
It's actually, I think, 6-6 right now because SEN has dragons. Yeah, so it's kind of even, but I think LYON is slightly going to get like more use out of this gold than SEN will these two dragons over time. So it might be like a, I'm not going to say the number combination, but 6 plus whatever is ahead of 6 as well.
So you're saying they just want Pistol to go up 6-7? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that might be the one. That might be the one.
By the way, we're doing a watch party in New York next week with Tarek for Santiago. You know what the dates of the watch party are?
March 6th and maybe the day after that?
Maybe the day after. Watch 6.
Yeah.
Respect. All right, so at least we've kind of stabilized. And like I said, because the other thing that happens, right, if you just keep dying, you become less valuable when people kill you, right?
Yes, but the big thing this season is that, like, because they have plates on these other turrets, so, like, I expect the turrets to be kind of like bomb sites.
Yeah.
Usually in Valorant, like, when you plant the spike, you get, like, 300 gold for the whole team, right? In League, it's like when you win the first site, when you take the first turret, it has these plates on it where, like, instead of getting 300 gold for the whole team, you get like 1,000. After that, it was back to 300 in the past. In this season, it's 1,000 again on the next turret. So yes, your players being worth less, but when you kill the player or move them out of the lane, the next spikes that you hit in the lane, so the next turret is going to give you another 1,000 gold, another big advantage, much more than other seasons. So
got it. Yes. So you're saying he keeps taking out, it frees up to take out the turrets, even though killing Impact's not that valuable, but it therefore gets him out of the lane to kill the turret.
Yeah, you get the plates, the turret plates. Yeah, that's the whole thing. The big thing too right now, if you want to look at it, Gwen or Dokla has almost 2 items, or has 2 items now, and Impact just finished his first, I think.
Yeah.
So he's basically dual wielding an op and a Vandal, and Dokla has like a Phantom. Easiest way to explain that.
And full armor.
And full armor, yes.
Okay, now they're trying to flank us here. But is that going to matter? Or is he
well, we've learned the flash. Now you focus Darkwing.
Wait a second. No, but can we at least, well,
here's the thing, right? That character is so overtuned. She has an ability that should be an ultimate. It gives you, like, insane resists, and if you're far away from her, you don't do any damage.
Are we just going to kill Isles again? No.
But why are we focusing the Bard? We're using everything on Bard. There's a whole other team. Look at Inspired.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait, are we finally going to be able to kill Dokla?
He went into the Pokemon. He's gone.
Oh.
For Impact, but at the end of the day,
wait a second. Wait, this is hysterical.
They don't get any kills.
Oh, they can bring this to top though and get the turret. That could be huge.
Well, no, Impact's actually getting the turret, right?
Yeah.
All right. Wait, that was huge to get Impact back in the game, right?
Truth. Actual truth. It's used for the team, so
that just cut their gold lead in half.
So rather than
yeah.
really extend the gold lead,
The big thing about getting
here comes that realm warp.
Yep.
There's that realm warp, and he's 1v3, but hey.
You sacrifice the dragon to give him all this gold, and then he overstays so long.
Oh, that's a lot of gold.
He needed to TP so much faster.
That is rough from Impact.
That's tough.
And now won't have his ultimate again.
Oh, the Rift Herald actually crashed in the mid. I missed that. So they got value out of the Rift Herald. That's kind of nice.
Did it hit the turret?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, and then he took it for a drive?
Oh, no, he took it for a drive, parked the car.
Yes.
The car rolled backwards into the turret. That's crazy.
Oh, because there was no one there, so it just hit the turret anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot of deaths.
Killing a turret gives you gold, and if you do it by yourself, all the gold goes to you, and then you got to go back to your base and spend that gold on items that, like I said, give you more, do more damage or give you more protection. Like,
I think that's hard to do.
Yeah, it's all just gold.
The specific Griffin one, like they literally just kept running into them.
All right, so we're down 3K gold at 20.
Like, this game is still
and
very winnable.
Because the Drakes are 2-1, we then don't have the time pressure of having to fight certainly the next Drake, and therefore we can keep trying to close the gap. Because the farther you go in the game, the gold difference means less and less. Because the other team will buy the stuff you have.
Is a better fight for your team, right? The 4v4 will always
Chemtech Drake wasn't good last game, so I'll talk about like this thing called tenacity really quick. It's basically it's the resistance to like stuns and stuff. So like imagine there was something you could buy in Valorant that would make you not get seized for as long, right? Or not get like scanned for a long period of time. Any negative debuff, if you have better tenacity, you get less of it. So the Drake that's up now, the Chemtech Drake, gives you tenacity. The thing is, in the last game, it didn't matter as much because there's different types of like stuns in this game. If it's a knock-up, tenacity doesn't affect it. Sentinels actually doesn't have many knockups at all. They have a lot of stuns, and tenacity is really good against stuns. So like this bird you're watching, that little orb she shot stuns. The more Chemtech Drake's Lion gets, the harder it's going to be for Sen to be able to actually use their abilities. You're saying there's not much of a timer.
All right,
but
here we go again. We're trying to kill Dokla again.
Yeah.
All right, we have 3 people already. He's going to kill Impact first. But that's okay.
He might not.
He did not.
Nice.
Wow.
Saves his top laner's life.
By the way,
and the assist is given to Impact, so no fear of the 0x0 game.
All right, so Dark Wings has a little bit of a lead here. Saint's about to even that up. But Rahel's dead even. Dark Wings is basically even. So the problem is their Jace with Inspired can start to take over the game. Can he? All right, wait a second. Does Impact have any ability to kill anyone right here? Does he actually have that ability? No.
No, he can get out though.
Yeah, oh, he had the realm warp.
Yeah.
If you summon it right on them. But that is tough to do, and he already used the cage. At the very least, though, he pushed him.
The big thing, though, is that Sentinels is coming back with this lead in farm. If you look at the turrets right now, like LYON have a lot, right?
Sentinels doing a good job, honestly.
Well, it's 2-2 in turrets now, and we're about to get our third. And Impact's about to get it? He's going to get
Yeah, if Impact gets it, it's going to be huge.
He is going to get it, right?
Yeah, he should.
Like, Gwen won't get
He
her
has
in
demolish.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, now Sen should be a little bit better on the map.
Even that 1v1 he had against
So the person with much lower levels is the support, because they're usually running around trying to help other people, and they're not the ones who are going to do damage, so they sacrifice their advancement by running around trying to help their mid laner or to hang around helping their AD carry, but not killing minions, so their AD carry can get all that gold. So that's always, the support will always be a substantial level lower than the other players on the team.
And because they have not
all right, 30 seconds to the Drake.
Can be easily flashed and disengaged from. So that is kind of the difference, I think.
Every player on both teams has their flash up, right?
This is a very playable Drake.
Yes. Someone's pointed out something really good though, where if Sever gets to hit 4 items, she basically becomes 20-21 10s. And she just hit 3.
Who does?
Sever, Berserker on LYON's side.
Wow, why are you all? Okay, here we go. 2 seconds. All right, what's going to happen here? Are they going to let us take this Drake again?
If they do, it's pretty good. You get soul point. They have to fight this.
Here they come.
Rahel took a really big hit, and he's in position to take another.
But wait. Can we just burn this down? Yes,
you can.
Wow.
Really good from Sen.
Now you don't need to force. You can just back it out.
Now, come on, guys. Don't force a fight. Don't force a fight.
Split now from that front line. I think Sentinels do kind of need to just back up and
I know that's the thing we're not been good at, right? Is we have a tendency to overheat. When something goes good for us, we are rarely like, hey, that was great for us. Let's back up.
Very impressive
Let's
stuff.
spend that gold.
To force this game for still have to deal with a very
all right, so we're on gold soul point. They're 3K gold ahead, but it's not as bad as 3K gold.
There's a lot of things to help heal.
Yeah.
There really are. It's going to be very, very difficult.
If we win this match, we have to win 3 games in a row. But if we win this match, we're going to the grand final tomorrow against Cloud9. Which Cloud9 would be a massive favorite. Here we go. Isles just running around. Oh, boom! Darkwings, Rahel, Darkwings. Here we go.
That was so good from Rahel.
Lose the flash and does die for it.
And he's the target that they've been picking on. He's trying to control vision. Oftentimes on the weak side.
That is actually good to keep the Bard down, because the Bard can be super annoying.
Yeah, he's being really annoying to Lion right now because he's trolling. Isles the whole game has been like on something, man.
No, wait, why is Huhi chasing Dokla? just a chat? Like,
yeah.
What could the Alistar possibly do right there?
Gesture maxing.
Just keeping vision, just saying, I know where you are. I know where you are.
Yep.
So itemizing towards the
He's been silly with it.
As well has that Seekers after Leandry's was completed. You can see a lot of MR really across the board. There's a Ma in the top lane for Impact, so they are trying to deal with that. Exhaust is ready, though, for Huhi, thanks to his spellbook, which is going to be really big for one fight.
And the Sivir scaling is going to be a problem when Berserker is able to get to IE as well, but it does feel like a game where Chem Soul is pretty likely for Sentinels. Dokla with Death Cap, but all the carries having flashes across the board for Sentinels means I think they kind of have a fight where they're able to kind of disengage the Gwen.
Huhi did teleport up towards that top side, and Isles going to have to take the magical journey back to safety as a result. They're going to be realm warping in onto
Here
Impact.
we go again.
Takes the shock blast. Saint going to try to run him down, but Impact just
Impact can just walk out of this now.
is backing off. Keep running.
Seems like
we're just ghosted. Saint ghosted.
The ghost is closing the gap. Sentinels are going to try to start Baron on the other side.
He's not going to die.
Are we really starting Baron? Or are we just goofing to make him use their teleport?
Now Baron makes sense because they saw the jungler bot lane, right? They just saw.
Is he still there? Oh yeah.
He's moving through mid. Yeah, they're gonna be late.
Wait, can we actually get this?
Rahel has a lot of damage doing on hit Varus. He can burn this thing down.
All right. All right.
It's gone. I think it's gone.
It is gone. Let's go.
What a good call from Sen.
That was a big call. Okay, now we just need not everyone to die here. We gotta not let everybody die here. We gotta not have everybody die here. Oh yes, 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 yes. Let's go. Let's get Berserker. Let's get Berserker. Let's get Berserker. Let's get Berserker. No, no, let it go. Let him go. Walk away. Walk away. Walk away, guys. We got everything we wanted. Do not die. Wow, let's go. Here we go, people. Let's go.
It's the team fighting organization that Sentinels have. Even
That was great. They're chasing Impact. Why was their jungler down there?
If they quickly picked Impact, like a Baron pivot might have been easier, and they could have got the bot tower, but I think they just didn't expect Sentinels to be ready for Baron. I think that was just a really good call from Sen.
That was a really good call.
And Lion are kind of underestimating what Sen can do.
And
nice shield from Isles. Oh my god.
Oh my.
Never mind.
So, but the other key thing is that time Impact put his cage in the perfect place so that Inspired couldn't get into the pit. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, just ignore the meta, pick who you engage, champ.
Oh my goodness, wait a second, are we killing Isles again? Are we killing Isles again? What are you doing, Dokla? Opt into a 1v3. We can't all die here. We can't all die. We have the Baron. It's no use if we all die.
Oh, what an ult from Dokla.
Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second.
Really low, and it's gonna be Darkwings.
Oh, let's go!
Oh my god.
Gets his revenge.
Okay, and there's 30 seconds to the Drake, and they're all dead. We're getting the soul.
I mean, they still have 4 people alive.
Yeah, you guys get contact soul. That's huge.
Actually try and get some turrets. They couldn't quite finish off Berserker, but this is very, very likely to be.
Okay, if Darkwings gets this turret, Darkwings is taking over the game. Look at Darkwings now.
Darkwings with teleport.
Yeah, 1.5k ahead.
And he's going to get
and
this
he's not
tower.
greeting it.
And he got that
Nice.
tower. Okay, the gold. Okay. So is Hambach just going to solo this, or we're going to get here in time? They still have Inspired. Inspired's dead for another 3 seconds. But does...
No, it's free soul.
Wow, let's go. So XXX Eliminator. What happened was there's a couple of really important buffs you can take. One is the Dragon Soul. One is the Baron. We currently have both of those things. Now the Baron's almost done, but we got 4K off this Baron. So now we actually have the gold lead. So like definitely if I was Lion, I would feel like I threw a big lead in this game, right? Because they did the thing that always drives me crazy is they opted into the fight with Impact, and their jungler showed, so we knew he wasn't available. Yep, the person in the call is Shio Wager from Plat Chat and the Vodfathers podcast.
Yes.
Valorant fan, League of Legends fan, someone who I know could at least talk some sense into me and other Valorant fans watching League of Legends.
And then you make that mistake, they close the gap. And if Berserker is hitting, if Dokla is hitting, if Saint is hitting all at the same time, your team will
So the Baron buff,
so
one of the big things it does is makes your cannon super powered, so it does a lot more damage to the turrets, so they're easier to take. We are now ahead in this game. Like we are now, okay, so give me the game score of Valorant terms. Given that we have now with the Soul.
So with Soul, with the Baron buff and everything, it's probably like 10-8 for Sentinels.
So by the way, Impact's shut that gold down to 1400, and Darkwings is 1800 up.
Yeah, the big thing too is Rahel is up a little bit now too.
And
Rahel's actually hella fed. Oh my god.
Oh, Rahel has 5 kills.
Yeah, Rahel has 5 kills. He's got a Jack shows up. He's actually looking a bit stronger than Sivir right now. This is nice.
Impact is online now, has the hull breaker, so going to be dealing even
more damage. We now have a real chance to win this game. We had a real chance to win game 1 and insta through. Let's see what we can do this time. Because again, the one big challenge you have against Arise is at any time they can create a 3-on-1. And so you have to make sure you know where the Rise is, and you have to make sure you're not getting picked off. Because that's where the game can turn.
Dokla's also really strong right now and about to hit level 18.
It just feels like right now, Lion have had no answer around those objectives.
But Rahel's leveled up. Impact has like really good resist, and if you just let the game go a little bit and he's in the side lane, he can win. It's all on Darkwings and Rahel, honestly, and how they play this one.
So we have to win this match to go to Grand Finals. We are down 0-2. It's a best of 5. So if we win this game, it just extends the series to a 4th game. And in League of Legends, they're games, not maps.
To that, if they have to wait for Baron
Lion Gaming is based in Mexico.
For Sentinels right now, because the Baron itself will only give them.
So this league is North America.
With any item power spikes, and then Sivir's still kind of clearing the waves unless they full send it into an engage.
You can see Rahel getting pretty tanky now, as he does have his Jack.
Rahel getting tanky. You love a tanky Varus.
Has a lot of MR now. Not going to be as easy to take down, but of course Rise has completed the Actualizer, which is a terrifying item. The amount of burst that you can put down if you get that angle is very.
Baron's back up in 10. Are we just going to try and melt it? They're nowhere near. Like Inspired's still in the base. Inspired's still in the base. We're just taking this Baron, aren't we?
Yeah, I think just based off Chemtech Soul and like the just timing right now. I don't know what Lion is doing actually. SEN are being very proactive, and they have an Nivea, so they can wall things off.
Darkwings now. He did hit the Bard ult.
Oh, there's so much space control from SEN.
All right, here we go. We gotta win this fight. We gotta win this fight. We gotta win this fight.
This is it.
We gotta win this fight.
Win the
This is
game.
kind of for the game. Come on, Rahel. You gotta kill Saint. Yes, you gotta kill Saint. Okay, here comes Inspired. We gotta stop Inspired. You can't kill everybody or this didn't matter. Okay, wait a second. Let's go. Wait, we have 3 people alive?
Yeah. One of them's Impact, which is like the best person I have alive to take a base.
Wait, He just said the game's over. Have we really got this?
Yeah, you guys win. You have Baron buff with Yorick alive. You win the game.
See how hard the fights are for LYON.
Are we sure?
That is insane. You guys were losing that fight until the very, yeah, absolutely. So he has this item in his pocket called Hullbreaker.
Yes.
Every 5 attacks, he just does a chunk of damage to towers and structures.
Oh, you're saying so he just melts these. Okay,
so look at that right there. Boom, melted.
All right,
it's
so
gonna happen again. He also has Demolish.
Okay, back to Isles being alive so he can die again. Now Isles can immune the. Can Isles immune the base or no?
He doesn't have it. He can't immune the base though. Only the turret. So it's over. It's done.
JJ, here we go. We go 4.
2.
That's
huge. Oh my god.
Hambak got the Quadra there?
It was a Hambak Quadra? That's crazy.
That's what I think it said. Let's go. For those of you who showed up now, see, my tweet was good luck. You might not have noticed. I hadn't tweeted about the stream until we were down 0-2.
Ah, I see. The reverse sweep tweet.
The reverse sweep. That's what I should have said. Come over for the reverse sweep.
We're back.
So
I definitely thought they were going to get run over. Not the case at all. Sentinels team fighting is what got them to the position they were in playoffs, and they're showing it again.
We were all ready to congratulate you, Raz, and say you're perfect. You've gotten every prediction correct, including this 3-0. Wait a second, Emily. How can it be a 3-0 if Sentinels won a game?
Sentinels took a game. Well, you and I were right, Kobe. Oh, well, we might not be right. Maybe Sentinels comes back.
all right, let's watch this. I gotta watch the highlights in a game that we won. Then it's worth watching the highlights.
I wasn't sure if it was going to get punished or not, but it's basically a decision Sentinels make to soft contest this Drake here, while also funneling some very much needed gold into Impact. Because look at our itemization between this Gwen and this poor Yorick here. So basically, what's gonna happen is Dokla is gonna push out this wave up on top side, and Impact is going to be sent to just catch it, right? And now they can Sentinels make the decision, we're going to keep Impact up here, even with this Drake fight down here. So Dokla TPs into this fight as we play it out. And Sentinels kind of, initially when Hambak goes in here, I was like, ooh, that's gonna be a little concerning. But basically, even though LYON gets the Drake, we're gonna go back up on the top side here, and Impact is just chewing through this turret. And basically, despite the fact that he dies here off of a play where they're like, okay, we'll just go, kill Impact again, the most important thing is that he ends up locking in that Hex Drinker. He's going to be a little bit more safe in some of these side lane plays, and I think his side lane pressure ended up being really huge.
Can you do one more thing while you're up there, Emily? I just want you to click to the end of the game so I can remember how many deaths did Isles have? At the
deaths.
Maybe at the end of this game, because he was getting picked off a lot,
He was getting picked off
6.
alive.
I feel like this Bard, every time he's going...
6.
Yeah, it was 6.
God damn. The record's 8, I believe, right?
Really rough spot.
Oh, 0-8? Yeah, that somebody set that record like last week kind of thing.
Yeah, Griffin.
Griffin.
Magic.
Yes.
Growth spurt, Raz, wow.
It's crazy. It happens all in one go. And it's just basically the... Let me just actually get this one. Boom. It was the play-in decision that LYON made when they were 3K up to try and get a quick play on towards Impact. They've done this pretty consistently throughout the series, and it has been successful.
Oh, this is the play right here, right?
Yeah, this is what gave you guys the
winning play right here.
As you can see, we're on.
Because Inspired was there. That was
yeah, that's the decision.
Impact does not care.
And Inspired didn't have TP, right?
To be able to join his team.
He didn't have a teleport this game. Yeah, so Inspired had to jog up here.
To basically support this, even with the Bard ulti coming through.
And then Inspired got here, Impact got here at the perfect time, because then he gets there and immediately drops his cage. Right?
Yeah. If this was a 5v4,
right
LYON probably wins this.
Right here, boom, there's his cage.
From being able to enter the pit,
and then Inspired was stuck.
Baron, and then I feel like the decisiveness from this team during this fight to be able to pull the trigger. Yes, Saint's coming in, who he is already walking towards him, so he flashes away. And then Dokla walks straight through, and so immediately flash from Hambak and then pins him to the wall. It was just great coordination from this team to showcase excellent team fighting. And then from that point, they were able to escape. They go down bot lane. Guess what happens off of that one? They kill Bard again and win a large team fight. So they pull back what was a 3K gold advantage from LYON into a ridiculous swing. In fact, take a look at the PGB. This area is just insane to see this switch happen. And that was basically the Baron play into the bot lane team fight that, LYON ended up just losing and throwing 4 members away. So really cool to see from this moment and just to see how much damage.
I was going to say, I just want to point out the difference in damage. Look who ended up coming back and doing a ton of damage. And I do think getting Impact back into that game, despite the fact that he was pretty much getting farmed topside in service of getting Dokla into a really great position, was so crucial, especially with him being able to make side lane plays, like you pointed out, at that Baron.
2 quick announcements. The first one is, that was the first quadra kill from a Skarner in LCS history.
Flowers is so
Oh, that's sick.
On that one. And number 2, player of the game, Dark Wings. Dark Wings wins player of the game. Actually, I wonder what the fans thought from home, because it felt like it was a whole team play type of thing. I voted for Hambach, so I thought Hambach had a really good game to pull it back. It is Impact and his Yorick that won the fans' heart.
The cages,
Impact.
Impact.
The fans gave Impact the player of the game, which is so funny.
You know, if you're getting camped,
he was getting like completely shut down, but yeah, him surviving, TPing, giving Sen Baron, and getting that tier 2 turret.
I don't think it's likely that we'll get a repeat of this game in the next game that we see. This game, LYON were very light on like structure in their team fight, not a lot of frontline and not a lot of CC. Meanwhile, Sentinels have multiple forms of terrain creation and huge front lines with CC. So we'll see about that game number 4. Do Sentinels have another in them, or are LYON going to put them out? Let's take a look and you'll see what's coming up next.
All right, but I think that is the key, right? Which is Impact, who's a super veteran, right? Like no one has played in North America longer than him. Right? To have the mental to just be playing horribly, right? And then to turn around, like this entire series turned around because suddenly Impact got his act together, where most players, it's impossible, right?
Yeah.
And so that is really the testament to what a veteran can do for you. Is like, hey, here we go. Because like his play of not dying bot, TPing, and then putting that cage so that Inspired finally got to the Dragon Pit, but couldn't get in because of his cage while we took the we took the Baron. That whole combination was great, and it wasn't like we were all tilting.
Yeah, no, true.
And then he like kept his act together and really like played well. So it's pretty, that was fun to watch them have that durability. The one challenge for LYON, because they are a lot like us, which is they have a brand new team. Like, Inspired, like I said, he's the GOAT Western jungler. But at the same time, right, when you've never played with each other, because they're a brand new team, they've only been playing to each other this split as well, that when you get back to coordination and a team fight, right, that's where those things really pop up. Versus other times where he's be able to be super specific, telling everyone exactly what to do. This is one where we definitely flipped it around. And then those last 2 team fights, because that is what happened game 1. Like I said, the big challenge with game 1 was, and this is the one issue we've had, which is ever being willing to say, right now is not a good time to fight. We need to let that go. That's just not their current instincts, right?
Yeah.
Of like, if we push forward with this fight, it doesn't matter. It was kind of like Impact there, right? Where he kept greeting for the wave instead of basing. And instead of getting the wave, he also dies and doesn't get the wave. And so I think that's the one challenge. Elizabeth, yes, Shio Wager is on the call. Liz just showed up and said, is Shio actually here? He is here.
I do exist. I'm in the business.
So, and I said it was funny because when I said to someone on my staff, oh, I reached out to you and we're going to stream together. Like, what are you talking about? On Plat Chat, he spent 5 minutes saying what a moron you were. I go, you know what? It wasn't quite that specific. He was asking questions, which I then answered.
Yeah, I truly just had, like, people make decisions and you had the opportunity to be transparent. I think the majority of people disagree with how it was done, but, like, there was also, I think the focus should be, that's the obvious part, whatever. What are the questions we can answer past that, you know? Like, you can roast, you can degrade, do whatever. I don't think it's as constructive as asking questions. So
yeah, but like I said, if I boiled it down to one thing, 2 things, right? It's the thing you and I talked about on Twitter, which was what changes did we need to make to last year's roster, and did we need to fine tune last year's roster or blow up last year's roster, right? So that was a big decision. And then the second one was, like I said, the decision to no longer have John be the IGL. John did not step away from being the IGL. That's where Kaplan decided he didn't want John to be the IGL anymore. So if we get to a place where we wanted John to be the IGL, and now we're back to saying, okay, this experiment isn't working for a whole number of factors, and we're like, hey, we had a winning tradition here with John. He's still on our team. We'd like him to be the IGL again. That's just such an impossible thing to think that the two of them would somehow be able to say, oh, everything's passed, we're fresh start. Yeah. So we do have a fresh start with a coach who had a great track record in Asia Pacific. And like I said, definitely somebody who did not have a top tier budget compared to some of the other teams in APAC.
Yeah.
And so our conversation with him about the roster, about what he wanted to do, we just felt like, okay, this is the time. Kaplan's contract was ending at the end of this year anyway. And so, yeah, we decided to pull the trigger. You may all think it was a mistake. We'll find out. We will find out. All right. Well, that was, you kept promising us that Impact had hope with his maiden, which he did make work. It looks so bad. Okay. The series, we are down 1-2. It is a best of 5. The winner of this match plays Cloud9 tomorrow in a best of 5. The winner goes to the first international of the year for League of Legends. League of Legends has 3 internationals a year, but they are much harder to get into. Only one team goes to First Stand, which is in Sao Paulo in 2-3 weeks. The next one is the Mid-Season Invitational, which 2 teams go from each region. And then the World Championships, which will be in the United States this year. 3 teams from each region basically go. There's some nuance to that, but 3 teams from North America go to the World Championship. So if we come in second or third, and the loser of this comes in third, we are playing in a tournament next week called America's Cup. It's a new tournament where North America plays South America. If you come in first place, you play in a global event in a couple weeks. So we're down 1-2 in a best of 5.
Reverse sweep activated.
Reverse sweep. Oh, and by the way, there's a tradition, which we've now already had once, because we did go 5. Here against DSG, we were down 1-2, and we did go 5. And there's a tradition, I think it's from the beginning of time, isn't there? Whenever there's a best of 5, that it goes 5, that they play silver scrapes.
Yes. Is
that from the beginning of time? I only started following League of Legends in 2016.
I believe that's from season 2 or 3. So it's basically the beginning of time. I don't think it existed in season 1, but I think it was a thing. Like Silver Scrapes was a thing in season 2 with the whole TSM fan base and whatnot.
TSM fan base. Oh, speaking of which, I'm glad you said TSM fan base. Because any of you who are listening, watching, we still do have some jerseys to give away or exchange. So 2 things. Tomorrow, whether we're in it or not tomorrow, we will have a booth at Riot Games. If you're at the venue and you are wearing or have with you an old school jersey, whether it's TSM, CLG, if you have an old school jersey, you come to the Sentinels booth and we will give you a free Sentinels jersey. Or if you can't get to the venue, you just go online, you sign up for the jersey swap, and then you pay for your shipping. You then ship us your old jersey, and then we will ship you a brand new jersey. So I think probably like 40, 50 people so far have taken advantage of the program. So just want to point out to everyone right now, just go on the shop. It's called LCS Jersey Swap. You pay your shipping, and then you put the receipt for your order number and your jersey, you mail it to us, and we will mail you a brand new Sentinels 2026 jersey, which is what I'm wearing on the stream right now. So, Shayo, if you have like an old CLG wager in your closet you want to swap out for a SEN jersey, you just send it to us and we'll give you a SEN jersey.
I'll let you know. I think I have a FaZe jersey, I think.
FaZe would work. LCS. Is it LCS jersey? Got to be LCS.
Is it LCS?
Okay.
I might have a TSM one. I'll see what's up.
All right. So one last thing on drafts. So the way the drafts work is there's a new thing that happened in League of Legends. Was it last year they rolled this out? The Fearless draft? Was that last year?
Beginning of last year, yeah, I think.
So the Fearless draft. So basically, normally a draft, each team gets to ban 5 champions and draft 5 champions. But now, whatever champions have already been played, those champions cannot be played again in the series. So now that we're in game 4, there are 30 champions banned to start, and then you get a ban 10. So it makes the games a lot more fun and interesting and so much tougher on the coach. By the way, NadeXN, if you want to ship an FC Barcelona jersey here, we'll take that as a swap. That's an exception. International football exception. And more importantly, if you want to ship me an Arsenal jersey, 100% I'll send you a SEN jersey. So you may not know this about me. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm an Arsenal hate watcher. And I'm told that Arsenal throws every year at this time. Or actually, they start their run, like once the year turns, like Arsenal is always great the first third of the year.
Yeah.
Do you follow international soccer?
I somewhat kind of do. The only connection I have is that FaZe jersey I was talking about is a FaZe Manchester City collab. So.
Wow. That's big
time. It's a nice one.
So I am known for being a Liverpool rooter and an Arsenal hate watcher. And Arsenal is trying to throw the league away to Man City.
That's crazy.
So Liverpool has a real good chance to make Champions League, but they're kind of dead on the regular season for Premier League. All right, so Hambach on. Okay, so we have. Wow, this is new. I don't think Darkwings has played Victor before.
I think there's still those kind of picks.
He's pretty good at control mages from what I've seen so far. So if he can play Anivia, yeah, Victor's in his wheelhouse. I'd say Victor's easier than the others as well. There's more characters banned right now than there are characters that exist in Valorant.
Exist in Valorant, exactly. I think there's 100 and I think there's 170-ish.
172?
172.
Oh, I didn't check. Yeah.
That hard engage that they need.
Wait, did Rahel just get Kaisa?
Let's see, what's still up?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that a Rahel like signature?
GG. Let's go, game. Let's put on the strike up the Silver Scrapes.
Now they have a chance to play Kaisa Trundle, Kaisa Scion bot if they want to as well.
Oh, right.
Like it could be full flex, so you can still have a chance to pick both your jungler and your top.
Because Silas can steal the Trundle ult, and then
Silas, oh my god. I mean, what are you going to steal? Scion ult, Victor ult, the Trundle ult, it's not bad.
What is the Trundle? What is the Trundle ult to show how dumb I am?
Trundle ult will take a percentage of your immediate magic resist and armor, and then it'll start to steal your HP over time as well. So if you use it on a tank, like you just become very, very bulky for like 15 seconds.
Get a little bit tricky on us.
But like Silas in this game, I don't see, like, I guess you pick Silas, so who he can't pick, like a crazy support that has a super ult or something? I don't know.
They're just trading already.
I mean, this LYON comp is monstrous. What is the, other than Silas, I guess, Rel. You know what? Both these teams, Giga Banger.
Okay, so they did get the other OP 80 carry.
Yeah. Yunara? Yeah.
Yunara. But I don't like Jin, and I love Kaisa, just to be clear. Those are my own totally primitive sense of whenever my team is playing those agents, we win. Whenever we're playing against those agents, whenever we're playing the agents I don't like, we lose. Yeah. So can Sen win this match? You know what? We're definitely the underdogs, but we have hope.
It's I'd say like right now in terms of comp, you know, before we were looking at Sentinels has like the whole we have to wait for the game to scale a little bit. It's flipped now. Sen actually has a lot of, I think, agency in this composition, and LYON are on a timer. LYON are on a timer, but I like Sen's comp. They get to choose what to do first. They will have the early lead.
For those of you asking, where's Tarek? I think he's doing a video game promotion right now, if I'm not wrong. Tarek has streamed a number. He streamed last week. But I've said traditionally Tarek is a big curse for the Valorant team, but he's been good luck to the League of Legends team. So this is Shio Wager on the call with me today. He is one of the hosts of Platchat and Vodfathers. How long have you guys been doing Vodfathers?
Since the start of September last year. So just half a year.
Oh, it's like 6 months.
Yeah. And then I started casting VCL as well, so that's been fun.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were trying to see, will anyone walk forward? Because
how many people are down here?
And he could look for a big trade. So you have a little bit of time if you run straight to a
2v3. Everyone else is chilling.
The Silas was hanging out looking for a pick.
Yeah.
So fast.
So Mundo is definitely a broken champion right now.
The runes are concerned.
But then again, Inspired didn't manage to run over the game with Jace last time.
He will be playing Spellbook, so prioritizing the utility.
Like Jace can take over game. He definitely did not take over the game last time.
Yeah.
Big fights was quite valuable.
Yeah, I think they need to hang on a little bit early on in this laning phase. Yunara.
So who's got the better early game between Kaisa and Yunara?
Kaisa, I think most definitely.
Stay in experience range and get all of the minions.
These mid lane matchups when you are.
I think maybe in laning it might be a bit evened out between both of them, but I think once these skirmishes start, like earlier, the Kaisa Rel is just better than Lulu Yunara in my opinion.
Got it. That's what my chat says.
Yeah.
I love Kaisa, who's basically like a jet player, where she kind of swoops in, kills you, scoops away.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing that happens in a big team fight.
A little bit harder to dodge the Mundo ganks. Also,
I think like levels 1 to 3 though, LYON have an advantage against Rahel just with the range.
Kind of in the fringes of the metal.
But if these guys can just live for like 5 minutes, they should be fine.
Well, I don't know that we've managed to do that very often.
Actually, the easiest way to explain this is that you're kind of waiting for Yoru's gate crash to leave before you push a site. So there's always an advantage. Yeah. LYON have that gate crash active for like 2 more minutes.
So Impact getting a lead up there. No, he just turned. Oh, Dokla obviously had a wave that he just grabbed. But it is very even right now.
Yeah,
wait a
Sen, if you're also not
wait a
familiar.
second. Wait a second. So, wow.
Hits level 4 there and goes in immediately on it, gets a good chunk, gets that wave.
Sentinels has switched sides. They are the blue team now. That matters too. The map plays differently. You have different advantages on either side. So.
But he does a great, manages to last hit all the minions before Darkwings is able to burst him and just effectively trades the first few waves.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point. As busted as Mundo is, Trundle is like if you have a tank, Trundle gets better character. So Sentinels actually have drafted a really good comp to like counter Mundo, even if he gets crazy. The stronger Mundo gets, the better Trundle is.
All right, I'll take that.
That is concerned. In fact, just trying to hold that wave as much as he can. In these matchups, you want that near your tower. Saint goes in for
Silas needs to be deleted. Silas is like Neon, just doing illegal things.
Actually snowball onto a Scion. It feels like almost every time Scion can get an early Bramble and just kind of wait out the lane.
All right, here comes Inspired. All right, he didn't come back.
I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of the same way I feel about Renekton versus Scion, where often you get a nice little CS advantage. You know, you're up 10, 20 CS, whatever. But it's pretty hard to make.
Wait a second. Wait a second. All right, he had to flash.
Out to safety. So we'll survive.
Nice flash burn.
Nice little lane gank there.
And we didn't use anything.
Nope.
Has been getting outpaced by Inspired.
That traffic cone, the pillar from Trundle, is so good at burning flashes like that for free.
So the traffic cone is a skin on the Trundle, where basically Trundle can put up a pillar to block your path. And one of the skins is a traffic cone. I'm not a big fan of it. It's confusing to me when I first saw it. The traffic cone pops up in the lane, but it's just a skin on a pillar that Trundle can put up in lane to block you.
Assuming they don't fall too far behind and go, because that can definitely be a fear when you're running such a slow topside like Scion, Trundle, Victor.
Get back here, Hui. Your 80 carry needs you. He's jammed under his turret. Get out back here.
Really in this bot lane.
This is a tough one, man. LYON are really stretching this lead out. They should be equalized by now, but I guess they're manipulating waves really well.
Yeah, I think think that really is their point of pressure right now, is that bot lane 2v2. They almost have their second plate down, so next wave they get...
Is Toronto going to reset or fight bot here?
Berserker going to be scaling really well.
I think we're resetting.
Giving up when you're going to be giving over.
Oh, they're going to... Are they just doing this?
Wait.
No way.
Hanbok is here. They're both level 5. Is Inspired going to get to level 6? But our bot lane base, are they back? They're back. All right.
All right, here we go. It's going to be a fight.
Is there going to be a fight?
There is. Absolutely.
Hanbok is here.
I was going to go for the flip.
Got polymorph. But wait. Oh, no! How did they get the drink there? Now who's going to die too, isn't he now?
No,
how did Hanbok lose the smite fight there?
So, if people don't know what smite fights are in general too, both the junglers, like, they have an ability to do really big damage to the dragon. I think, like, at base, it's like 600 between both players. He thought that Mundo might have like smite and Q'd at the same time. Like you can smite and use an ability, and it'll do like a larger portion of damage. So he was trying to predict the Mundo smite coming in faster and interrupting that.
Wait, my chat said Impact didn't that Inspired didn't have his smite.
Definitely a weird over.
Inspired didn't have his smite at all.
That Inspired already used his smite. And that Hanbok smited.
He just missed that 800?
No,
oh my god.
That Hanbok thought he was in a smite fight. And so he should have, if he waited till 600, it was ours because Inspired already used his smite. According to my chat. Let's look. Here we go.
Yeah, I wanna fight. Okay. Come Silas.
They're gonna fight, okay?
They're gonna fight. Don't run. Come Silas.
I need a 6. I6. I'm 6. I'm going. Victor is here. Here, 6.
Focus him.
I Thunder.
Yeah.
I'm looking Thunder, guys.
See, he smited at 60!
I'm looking Thunder.
Oh.
I mean, I can't give you.
Okay.
That's tough. But it's a good bait from LYON. It's not his fault entirely. Everybody just stopped hitting it, and he tried to go for it and just didn't have the damage to get up to 800.
No, but now can you tell? Is there a way in the game to know if somebody has smite up?
You have to track it. I'm not sure if smite shows up on tab. I'm pretty sure you just have to track it.
Got it. Because that is what happened. Is he didn't realize. He didn't realize that he did not.
I think he just mismanaged his damage. I think even if Mundo had smite, he had the opportunity to steal it there. He just was 60 damage short.
That was brutal.
Yeah.
Because they had teed that up for us. That would have been the perfect steal there, and we'd be right back to where we'd been on the dragons. But yeah.
They trade knockups. Nice little grass proc back there from Impact.
Because everything is so even at this point, other than Inspired,
the state hasn't changed,
who has the kill and Hanbok has the death.
Even though it was a nice little gold infusion for Inspired getting that kill and getting that first Drake, the state of these lanes is still relatively difficult for this LYON team to play. Aatrox into Sion and the Silas into the Victor, who's able to just keep the wave pushed.
It's pretty difficult for sure, but Inspired going to get accelerated. He almost has his heart steal already.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a completely even game state right now.
Because the enemy jungler was dead, he got the follow-up scuttle, right? So got a nice injection of gold here.
Yeah, it's the closest it's been earlier on.
Heart steal can make a big difference.
Darkwings has an advantage on Saint. LYON has an advantage on the Sen bot lane. And top is pretty much even, so just sick.
Yeah, if we had got that dragon, that did hurt.
Yeah, the dragon would have set you guys apart 100%.
To be able to fight with this Aatrox Silas, so they can kind of get out of these lanes.
You have grubs though. You have complete grubs, Prio.
The Victor are able to hold
there we go. We got the grubs. We got the crab.
So
that crab walking around the river gives you vision in that river.
Rahel down here in the 1v2 for now, but who he is on
the way. Rahel by himself again.
Another chunk of damage down on that turret as Berserker and Isles continue to build their lead, but Rahel has done a good job withstanding the storm. He's dead even as far as the CS is concerned. Yes, they've lost a couple of plates. Yes, they're about to lose a third.
All right, so we got all three grubs.
Given the matchup, I think he's doing a pretty good job.
Absolutely. Grubs, I know you're mentioning, very useless. They don't really seem to do anything. You pick them up when you have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing you should all know is when Impact's character dies, he turns into a zombie for 5 seconds or 10 seconds.
Yes, he turns into... It's not even 5 seconds. It's until his health bar runs out.
But how long is it? Doesn't his health bar start to decline, or do you actually have to do damage to him?
It does, but every time he hits something, he has lifesteal. So the later the game gets, the more zombie he gets to be.
Got it. So yeah, it'll be confusing in the middle of a team fight because Impact will die, but his character will still be on the map and hitting people. But that's because he's in a zombie form, and then he quickly dies back once they hit him a couple times. But it is one of those things you get confused by watching a team fight. It's like, wait, I thought he was dead.
In this case, Rahel will stay around, as you can see the MasterCard power.
The MasterCard power spike.
MasterCard power spike?
Dude, they are doing every form of activation. That's amazing.
I appreciate it. I just don't understand what it was.
Like, it's Heartsteel. So Mundo got to build Heartsteel, and once he gets that item, it's a huge spike for the character.
Okay, they're immediately on the Drake. So they've definitely pivoted this game because the first 3 games, they were definitely not prioritizing Drakes. This game, they are heavily prioritizing them because they're on the Drake at spawn.
It might be like a red side thing where it's a bit easier to do.
True. Right.
Yeah.
Because Hextech is gone and Ocean is going to be gone, so we'll see what it is going to be.
Is it going to be Chemtech again?
A lot better this game though for LYON.
Actually,
so generally you're pretty unhappy about
Chemtech is hugely amazing for LYON. Holy.
The healing from Aatrox and from Silas and everything.
Aatrox, Mundo, Lulu, all shield, all heal.
Absolutely. So
Silas as well.
An early swap by Sentinels as well before the lane quest had completed.
Oh, they double ulted.
They just stare at each other. Wait, did he steal Darkwing's ult and then use Darkwing's ult on? Oh, wait a second! See ya!
Let's go.
Okay, we got now. We're even on gold now. Can we get some plates here?
That's what happens with the early lane.
No,
that is the idea. You know, reckon.
Shut up.
Yeah. I mean, look at this though, right? Top side, Sentinels, so much value, and Rahel gets the place if he wants. That's an entire wave they deny to LYON.
Had forgotten that Sentinels had swapped early. So mid lane, as you can see, the only role quest.
Oh, here we go again. Isles. The only thing he's done well today is annoy our backs.
That kill mid was a direct consequence of swapping.
That's it.
Nicely done. You can see Isles moved in, got a little bit of vision down.
You got a chance to do more though.
As who he was able to use that Spellbook Ignite to great effect on that bot side. And it's just kind of a slow move forward here towards this next dragon where Sentinels are going to have to see, have they scaled up enough? Doka going to pop the World Ender.
There's no way Doka dies, right?
Looks like he has the
Does he not? No, because that ult, right, just kind of makes you live, and Inspired's here.
Yeah, they could still maybe pop him. No, there's no way.
Burning the World Ender for the Silent Ultimate is a happy trade.
Thing is, Saint's getting free farm top now.
Get a Sunfire Cape and then move back into the top lane. So just
is Impact going to get there? No, Humbak is.
Oh, snap.
Stolen away on that ultimate, but obviously no chance of actually chasing down. And
so Impact's going to get the full wave? Yeah, because the cannon kind of slowed it down. All right, Rahel, is he going to get a plate here? He did.
Berserker going to transcend oneself. He's going forward onto Darkwings, getting some good damage down, but the Arcane Storm traded back, and Darkwings kind of comes out on top despite the 1v2.
Nice. Darkwings
really well.
And a 1v2 did more damage.
Is really good on his picks.
I'm going to say, I just want the record to show that Isles is not having a great series. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, I think he's having the worst one.
Maybe a reverse jinx.
He comes back the next game.
Yeah. No, he's going to come back this game and pull off a crazy ult in the middle of a fight, and you're going to say, oh, Isles saved him there.
I mean, I hope he does because his character is the most point-and-click, bard troll thing in the world. He has to just sit beside his carry and press R.
Of course, no damage there with him to threaten Saint, so Saint will just back it up. Is going for the Roa build here, so a little bit slower. You see a lot of Rocket Belt these days, but Roa, of course, has its own merit here. More of that kind of slow scaling style, and LYON is playing that sort of a game. It feels like they are looking to just scale. You're playing Yunara alongside that Lulu. You have the Mundo who wants to scale. It's a lot of champions who are happy for this to just go slow and steady. And if LYON don't like the angle for the team fight,
so we kind of have to fight for this next Drake. So it's going to be a pretty big moment in the game.
I think they can be pretty effective, even though Sentinels have some good scaling themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like you could give this Drac. I don't want to give third Drac to LYON for free.
Wait a second. Oh, his whole team's here, though. We'll be able to kill him before they get here? No.
Not with ult. Hanbok, I don't think has ult to survive, does he? He does, but...
Wait a second. Where's Huhi? Get here! Oh, we needed Huhi to engage on Doka. Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Darkwing.
They can.
Ah! Wait a second!
What are you doing?
What are we you doing? Wait a second. Wait a second.
What is this fight? North American League of Legends.
Blasted in the middle of his team.
Yeah, that looked insane. Darkwings flying into the middle of the team after a lost fight. Big play there actually by
It's just a misinput. You know what? The best thing about it is that this team's not ready to do Dragon now. It's got to reset everything.
He's going to give him that inside track onto Soul Point. Not to mention Darkwings
right, Impact's level 12.
After this, since they'd spent both Soul Laners bottom lane, don't want to give up that top lane turret. It's going to be likely a big play for LYON. Yeah, watching this one more time, I understand why they want to go for Dokla, playing aggressively in the lane, but
his teammates are here.
See them until now, when it's kind of too late, and Humbug needs to flash probably the thicker part of the wall and get under turret if he wants any chance of living.
But the problem is, again, him using his flash here is not great as we get ready for a dragon fight, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what Jao was saying. If you use that flash very early, then like at least he'd be alive for dragon, getting more gold. This is crazy.
Wait a second. Oh, that was the replay. Threw me off.
Yeah.
I got replayed.
You're chilling.
I got replayed. The one thing is, League of Legends broadcasts overvalue replays over live action. There'll be time where something.
A lot of the time, there's dead action on live. There's like nothing going on.
Yes, but there's times where there's a fight happening and they'll put it in picture instead of the replay of the prior fight. It's like, can we watch the fight happening? All right, so Impact TP down. Can we just get this? Can we get this? Can he keep Inspired away? All right, there's the cone. Yes.
Nice.
Okay.
What will it cost?
No cost at all.
No cost. I like it.
Maybe we lost a top wave.
Might lose a mid lane turret.
Oh, we're gonna miss the turret. They're getting the whole turret.
I feel like LYON didn't need to go push.
Okay, wait a second. Are we really gonna try and kill Dokla again?
Oh, he's going to die.
Boom.
Wait a minute.
And now, do we have a wave here? We can immediately take this turret. And Darkwings is covering mid, so they're all right. It's dead even.
They can get a second turret here, actually.
We have a wave and 4 people here. We're gonna get the spot turret. We're gonna give up the Herald, but we're back to the thing I always laugh about. Why take the Herald when you can just take the turret?
Yeah. It's true.
Like, good, you take the Herald, we'll just take your turret. I'd rather have the turret.
Yeah, this is insane. Isles, please don't die.
He's going to be pretty damn near his full second item at this point. Of course,
nice.
went for the tier 2 boots earlier, so that is why.
Well, 640 gold lead.
Looks so different as Saint going to be pushing on that top side. So LYON just trying to play the map, but again,
the Kaisa.
Have a lot of hard engage tools, and
oh, did he get here in time? No, he did not. Oh, he did. No. Is there anyone else coming?
Can he get away with it? That is the question, because who he is.
Can always ult away, but Impact just has to stay right next to him right now. Oh, there it is.
He still is ult.
Still having to
that's fine.
Just a brick in these side lanes.
Well, there's kind of nothing to do up here now. There's only one midget. Is there a wave coming? Yeah, kind of.
What is who he doing?
He's
chilling.
He's chilling. He's annoying them.
He's having a fun time.
He's just annoying them. I'm not.
He got vision actually in that bush. Is really important.
Oh yeah, he did. And now we cleared out their ward. So we actually have all the top lane, and now Darkwing's getting his turret.
They really are. I mean, they won the last game. If you think all the way back to that.
They're trading bot side though. Dokla's getting their tier 1 as well.
Now that the games are getting a little bit closer.
All right.
Really going to be
we got the turret. This is nice.
Oh, they're TPing for it. Wait a minute.
It's going to be done when he gets here, but it's Darkwings. Oh, wait a second. Everyone is here. Everyone is here.
Darkwing might die. Never mind.
No, everybody was here.
Yeah, everybody's here. It's crazy.
He was here.
Darkwings is scaring me a little bit this game. He had the one nice play on the Victor. I'm like,
he thinks he's kamikazing.
Blast cones into the middle of the team. Teleporting to dying turrets.
This has actually been a really good display from Sentinels though, right? Like, y'all have taken that tier 2 turret. You've been covering the whole map still.
And we took the Drake so that we're now like have a lot more flexibility there.
Yeah, you guys were like in the losing a bit before. Now gold is even like.
Oh, it is a brutal that first Drake that we should have the first Drake. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second.
He's dead. If he lives this, I'll end my stream. There's no way.
But I mean, look at the waves for the rest of the team. It's not like LYON is getting anything out of that. So that was just a nice overload by Sentinels. They had a huge amount of tempo to spend, and Dokla was really pushed too far up without cover. Again, this Aatrox in a Scion is looking less and less effective. He's not even necessarily against the Scion at this point, but wasn't able to get an advantage on his own, and now is just kind of fodder in these side lanes.
He's going to be struggling for sure. Easy to pick off in the solo lanes if you are up too far, don't have a tower behind you, and there's no towers at all.
In fact, oh, he's trying to kill. He's trying to kill Isles. He's like, Isles, you just die.
Okay, why is Isles warding that? He's what?
This game couldn't be more even as it is right now, right?
Yeah, actually.
Because like our Kaisa and our Victor are ahead. We have one Drake, they have two.
Find these angles for who's going to be looking for the engage.
Yeah, I completely agree. A couple items to point out, though. We got some healing reduction on Berserker. I also like the boots of swiftness on Impact.
48 seconds to the next Drake.
Real engages are slows, so as a frontline, being able to disengage and not get locked down.
Milka 12 TTTV, welcome to the stream. We're here just trying to learn League of Legends as Valorant fans. That's the stream goal. And we have Shio Wager as a special guest today.
Hello.
20 seconds. Are they just going to let us have this again? Where are they? They're kind of here.
He's against such a short range.
We have.
They're double recalling. They're giving it. They're giving it.
Great vision. They're recalling. Wait, are we actually going to try and pick off Dokla first?
So they're winning every eye contact fight in lane, and that just allows them
5
to
seconds.
get full control of River here. It'll be really difficult for LYON to retake this space. But Berserker
they're going to drop the Rift Herald and drive it. Are we going to do this again where they're going to drive the Rift Herald into the... He tried it again where he drove the Rift Herald into the pit, and we blocked it with the cone. Okay,
that's a nice, really good cone.
Oh no, Inspired's here. Wait, we got it!
Nice!
Kill Saint, kill Saint! Yes, come on, come on! There goes Rahel! Kaisa online! Kaisa!
They're gonna take it to game 5. That's crazy.
Kaisa! I told you I'm a giant Kaisa fan.
Yeah, and she's in the skill so well. Golden glue is a golden glue. Yeah, he's like hyped up too.
Baron's up and Inspired's dead for 20 seconds. We get the Baron
easily. Kaisa just melts this.
But Kaisa.
Let's go. Oh, Kaisa backs and gets Dusk and Dawn as well. It's a really big spike. It's like
Kaisa now
it's like getting an op.
Kaisa now has a 2K gold lead.
Yeah.
Not going to be able to get it with the Glitter Lance. That is Baron. That is 2 dragons in a row. That is an over 3,000 gold lead and full control for Sentinels.
3,000 gold lead with Baron.
So much range as well as good trigger pull in this team fight. You could see LYON a little bit of desperation.
Now, to be fair, Inspired was here, so Inspired definitely could have taken this. This time, at least, we got it. Who he jumped in and blocked Inspired, I think. Is that what happened? And then look at Rahel as he just changes his position twice in this fight.
Get the last hit onto Inspired, and then sure you have Yunara Lulu, but he ain't taking down all those.
Boom.
Yeah, the whole team is playing so well. And we talked about it in the draft, but this.
Boom. Take Yunara.
Calling right there. There's not the calm.
Yeah, Sentinels is comp. It only gets stronger as the game goes on.
Sentinels is really in it right now. From 0-2 and a deficit in game 3 to 1-2, looking to force game 5 with Baron pushing mid.
This is a team it felt like everyone, myself included, was kind of writing off in this finals weekend. The expectation from every person I talked to was that whoever wins between TL or LYON would come up and be able to smack down Sentinels. And Sentinels clearly putting up the best fight yet. Inspired here. They face check. Hombach going forward. They do have a colored off. Not going to be able to chase in for a kill, but
all right, we didn't get the top turret too.
Down last game, and that is the danger. They have a lot of CC, and that subjugate makes him so much more squishy.
Yeah, just rewatch that fight again. That was a very nice CC lock, but a lot of stuff flies through. Silence. Victor W.
Rahel.
The CC.
Don't die while we take this turret. Rahel, don't die.
To be inefficient with it and ended up just dying. And look at this gold lead just kind of exploding here.
Boom.
To being 4,000.
Nice.
it feels like the scaling is on the side of Sentinels with their current power spike.
Wait a second. Are we getting this turret too?
Two items, like
yeah, they're still using that Baron.
Still feels like she's
How much time's left in the Baron? A minute.
Again, Trundle is such a good taker. So is Sion. Like,
okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Rahel, let's go!
So sick.
Uh-oh, Rahel's about to die.
He might live this. He's look at this. He's got like, I don't know, El Presidente security guards next to him. It's so hard to get.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, never mind.
Like
well, you run away from your security, you're probably gonna die.
Inspired though, chasing in behind them. Can
what is it, a 4v3 right now?
Even more here. Sentinels have got to try to
okay, get their Humbug, get their Humbug, get their Humbug. No, are we just gonna, we gotta just bail on Impact and the Dark Queen and Humbug live is what we have to do. Alright. Doesn't matter because it's a minute and a half to the. Alright, here goes Zombie, here comes Zombie Scion.
Yeah, Hambach made a business decision there, throws down
made a business decision. It was a good decision there.
And I'd say the whole beginning of this play, it's a nice look to try and kill the Unara, but I thought it was a really good polymorph from Isles, which delayed the kill long enough that everyone could catch up to Rahel. So
next dragon is really important.
Love 3 Capybara. Shout out to your dog Tilly. I hope she's a big Sen fan.
That can help them out of this deficit.
Flashes, though,
shout out to Love 3 Capybara, dog T Lily. T Lily.
So he's going to be that much more difficult to take down. We'll have his flash available here in about 45.
Oh, I play League. I'm just really bad at it. I play Maokai top because it has the easiest ult there is. Just hit R down the wave and it stuns people. You don't have to do much. You don't really have to have any skill.
If you played 2 years ago, you'd be playing the best top laner.
Yes, that's I was playing in 2017.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I was a Maokai main because you just run around, you toss saplings around, your ults, so I can be useful, right? I can create some help to the game. All right, we got
utility.
All right, we got the mid lane turret. We're right back here. Okay, so we have all the vision. We're pushed up here. So can we just drop back and take the Drake without them being able to get out of their base?
That they do have right now for Huhi. So
yeah, Hambach's on the Drake.
And they're just going to give this one up. LYON not going to be looking to fight it. Going to look to try to maybe get towards Infinity.
This is perfect.
Berserker. Hope they can do that in the next 5-6 minutes. And
Hambach just so no, Kais is there with Hambach. They just burn down the Drake. Amazing.
If he's the one that's
all right,
he can make it happen. But Rahel's Kaisa just has more gold, right? There's going to be a lot of fights here potentially where if any CC reaches Berserker, Rahel's going to try and fly in for an execute onto Berserker specifically, and then they'd worry about the super tanks later. Going to be really interesting to see how these last few minutes of this game play out.
There's just so much threat on Berserker.
We are currently winning. Okay, Shayo, what's your Valorant score call right here?
I was bringing it down. I think that it's like a 9-7 for Sen, but like every 30 seconds that pass, it's like a 0.5 to Sentinels. So like right now it's probably 9.5 to 7. Almost 10-7 Sentinels.
Because you're saying when the game gets to 35 minutes, our champions will be better.
I'm honestly saying if the game gets to 29 minutes, you guys are locked in. Like it's, you guys have accelerated a lot. Mundo and like a bunch of the tanky characters on LYON are their get out of jail free card. You guys have Trundle. You don't accept cards. It's only cash. Like it's, he uses his ult and Mundo is a problem to have on the team instead of a solution. So
it's only cash.
Taking away the
yeah.
Farming up as much as they possibly
for people who don't follow leagues, that this business guy right here that Inspired is playing, he has like one of the best tank stats out of the whole game. Sentinels have drafted a whole composition that ruins tanks. Hanbach steals tank stats. Rahel does more damage to tanks. Victor, who is that? Darkwings, yeah. He also is building like a bunch of anti-tank items. So it's, if you're LYON right now, you have to get the next dragon or do something crazy in a fight. Inspired is like dead weight. That's just ruining your team for the moment.
All right, Baron's back up.
Off those lights, clear out the vision, and threaten these engages from Huhi.
Where's Impact?
They can melt this. Rahel does. Look at the Rahel's damage.
Where's Impact at? Oh, there he is.
Doko's going to be spotted on the side. Impact trying to zone out Berserker, who is getting some damage out, but Hanbach is just
wait, Inspired is here. We blocked him with the code.
No way! The code!
By the way, it's Rahel who took the Baron. All right, Rahel, come on, kill people, Rahel! Okay, turn around. You got to kill Inspired here. Got to kill Inspired. You got to kill Inspired.
Good.
Oh, no.
Rudy.
Insane. Oh, yes. Wow.
Nice.
Rahel's still alive. Rahel's still alive. Wait a second. Rahel, do not abandon your team.
Sentinels, please.
All right, we got to abandon. We're going to, is Matt going to die again? All right, we're going to hide behind the super minions. Wait. All right. Okay, wait. Is Saint just going to die here? Saint just going to die here? Wait, the zombie. Oh. All right, wait. So
Sen wins that. That's a W for Sen. They got the Baron.
We lost
Rahel's still alive with it.
We lost 2. But Rahel
is
alive.
Fine.
Oh, yeah, because who he died doesn't... Like, the 2 people you would want to die lost.
As long as Rahel has that Baron buff and one of the tanks, you're big chilling. That was really good from Hambach, though. I mean, that's an insane cone.
But he put that cone right to block again. Inspired twice, we have kept him out of the pit. Now, Rahel didn't kill him, which was a problem there. Right?
I think the problem is, like, who he was, like, not in the right spot.
Yeah.
And then had to flash it. Yeah. They just played away from Rahel. They need to play the win con for Sentinels. You gotta like flash for your duelist. You have to tank for your duelist. You have to smoke for your duelist. And your duelist is Rahel. Like,
yes.
Gotta be on the same page.
Berserker looking damn good in that fight. As you said, has the IE. That is a big spike here. See that sorcery
No! He just got melted! No! Come on. Darkwing, you gotta help. We cannot have him die. You gotta get off there. You go. Wait, why are you coming back? Okay. Wait a second. Darkwing's okay. Darkwing's TP'd away.
Who he's dead though?
Is he? Because he's got the Baron recall. No, he doesn't. Oh no. No, what in the world?
Oh,
happened?
This is disaster.
How do we all get caught out? Yeah, because they want to stall this kill. They want to stall the kill on Huhi so that he doesn't get a respawn until the dragon comes.
Yeah,
that was a disaster.
But what happened? How did Rahel get picked?
Cut out. STRL Nova, welcome to the stream. Queen Nova, welcome to the stream. Join League of Legends. That was a tough throw. After getting the Baron, we definitely did not capitalize.
The comeback now for LYON.
And now we're in a 4v5. We should be taking... Shouldn't we just push top and not be like worrying about this Drake?
Drake is a big win con for Sen. I think you're right though. Yeah, Sion is going top.
We don't even need to watch. We don't even need to watch this dragon take. We don't need to be here for it. We threw that one. That was a mistake.
Very big Mundo goes really fast towards you, and he's
gonna.
That was yeah, knowing that a judge is in garage and going there anyways, like
walking
easiest.
While getting flashed.
While getting flashed, yeah, like running past the molly. It's playing like wolves pretty much in China. Any other games you can go watch them.
All right, are we gonna get this mid turret?
Very ineffective Baron for them. Slight lead, and unless another crazy fight like that.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Somebody hit the turret. Somebody just hit the turret one time. Can we get a hit on this turret? Can we? There we go. All right. That was big.
He's gonna have to run back to base to heal.
That was big.
Pushing into the base, still feeling confident here. How far will they go?
Don't keep pushing. Pull out. Oh, we're going to get 2? Are we going to get this inhibitor? Okay. So that thing we're killing right now is an inhibitor. When you take those, that gives your minions a buff. So now you have double powered minions. All right, we saw Saint. We saw Saint. Nice. All right. All right. All right. I'm back. All right. How long does Dokla's ult last?
It's that white bar underneath him.
Oh, there it goes. It's over.
Yeah.
Wait. Why did we engage? Are we going to win this fight? We picked this fight here.
That's such a good Zhonya's.
Boom. Ah! Who can die? That's
Berserker is going crazy.
All right, we each lost one. We lost our... But, to be fair... We lost our support. They lost their mid. But what were we doing? That was so ambitious.
Very ambitious. Trying to flip the game. It's just, again, both these teams now, like Yunara's online and has 4 items. They've got the same win con. It's actually just Rahel versus...
Wait.
They didn't want to hit it.
Wait, what were we trying to do there?
I think they weren't trying to hit it entirely, and someone hit it early.
It ends up being a 1 for 0.
It didn't end up being a 1 for 0. It was a 1 for 1. Look at Golden Glue. Golden Glue looks like me watching a match.
Unfortunately for them, but it is a trade of flashes.
I mean, at 90%. But if it was a plan, that's one crazy plan.
All right, this game's at 34 minutes. Now what's your take?
We'll see though.
We do have, but we do have 2 inhibitors, right? So that is
the inhibs are huge. It's just you have to like the inhibs will respawn again in like I think a minute and a half.
Right, so we basically have to take all the vision near their base so that they ultimately have to face check and we kill somebody coming out of the base. Right?
Yes. The decision for Sen right now is do we want to end the game in the next 2 minutes or go for another neutral flip fight like Dragon or Baron and then use that to end the game.
Right. So
Miles is actually working up towards Doncor. That's a
Hambach and Rahel, can the 2 of them just take the Baron while they get zoned off and therefore they can't really face check here?
Yeah, they have to see top lane how those super minions are pushing in.
Yeah.
Where Silas is. You can't have everybody here or you're going to lose your base. And Silas is coming now.
Can we kill Inspired here? Can we just kill Inspired here?
They should fight. They should fight. Stop the Baron and fight.
Well, Hambach needs to get over and help his team win the fight.
Where is Rahel going?
Rahel, you can't die! Rahel, damn it. Dark Wings, you gotta kill Inspired! You gotta kill Inspired!
He's out of mana. Dark Wings is out of mana.
No. Alright, at least our super minions are taking out their base, but we're all dead.
True.
Oh my goodness. What the hell?
Anyone have TP?
Not even the Baron because they peeled off it, so it's just the one fight there from LYON.
I think they peeled off of it too early, and this could
we should have finished the Baron. We needed to finish the Baron. We were so close. It was literally at 2,000 health. We should have finished the Baron.
They should have fought faster. I'll actually challenge you on that one.
Okay, I'm going to say we did the wrong thing, which is either pull off much faster.
Yes.
But once you waited till it was 2,400, you need to finish it.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's the agree. I can agree with you on that one. I don't know why they had a very good. They had like 8 seconds where they could have turned and fought, and they decided to keep hitting Baron.
Yes.
At that point, leaving at 2K is silly.
There was an absolute window. Okay, we're all back though for this soul fight. We're all back for the soul fight.
I think it would have been theirs guaranteed, and then they could have tried to take.
I need Rahel to like pause and wash his face or something and lock in because he just chose rock into paper with that ultimate. Look at this. Watch Rahel's ult. Look at his ult. He goes into the whole team into 3 takes. Like what is?
All right, here we go. Can we go to the Dragon Soul fight instead of the replay? See, look, the Dragon Soul fight prep is in the mini map. All right, here we go.
This could be the game right here. It could potentially be the series.
What are we doing?
Decision.
Okay.
Fight.
Trying to find a flank angle. Doka's gonna be stunned up there.
Stop hitting Drake.
We stopped.
Nice cone. This is a good position from Sentinels. This is nice front to back.
Down to about half HP, but has the ultimate available.
Oh my goodness. Here we go.
Where is Hootie going?
This is the game.
Where is Hootie going?
He's trying to flank Saint, I think, but why? Or Inspired. Oh, because he can jump over the wall on Inspired. Okay.
Look at
Better or
Dokla.
worse. Okay,
Look at Dokla.
Wait. No! Hambach, you gotta get in there! Hambach, no! Hambach's dead! Everyone's dead!
No, wait. Rahel's popping. Rahel's popping.
Is he?
Oh, God.
No,
he's getting popped.
He's dead. Wait. No! Rahel's... No! It's over! Oh, no!
And LYON have taken the series. They've knocked down Sentinels. They've claimed the soul. And
oh my goodness.
That's tough.
Game series where you thought maybe, just maybe, Sentinels.
You know what dancing objectives is?
Yes.
I wish they would just dance because look at their minions again in the base.
Yeah, no, if we had just stalled, we had like the same with the prior fight. We either needed to stay on it and get the Baron, or we had all the vision on the Baron pit. And so they had to face check us. So we had to jump on them in that fight at the Baron.
Yeah.
And we, like, stayed on the Baron way too long. But then once we stayed on it that long, we had to take it.
Yeah.
But we had a couple times in this series where we engaged in fights that we shouldn't have been engaging in fights.
Still, like, Sentinels did a really good job at getting advantages. Like, that whole game.
Yeah, no, again, I think the thing this shows you is the team has potential. Yeah. Right? Like, and we just need to be better coordinated. But it was at least, you know, 3 of the 4 games we were in. The first game is still the craziest one. Where as soon as we got Ocean Soul, right? As soon as we got Ocean Soul, we immediately threw.
I really want to see that final fight again because it looked to me like, you know, Saint had this stolen Magnet Storm and he popped in. I think he flashed into the wall trying to get in the middle of the team. So I thought, okay, the fight could be looking really, really bad here for them. But they were able to get in on Rahel. They were able to get in on Darkwings and take him down. And
oh man, fun game to watch though.
Playing out what
no, it was a lot of fun. You know, that is the key, right? Is at least if you're gonna lose, at least be entertaining. And that was entertaining.
I'm liking Rahel a lot as a player.
Yes.
And yeah, even Darkwings played very, very consistently the entire series.
In America's Cup. I keep wanting to call it Battle of the Americas, but it is America's Cup for sure. That's definitely
America's
the branding.
Cup will be a Battle of the Americas.
It will be a Battle of the Americas. Sentinels is going to be going there, as well as the loser of tomorrow's series with the winner going to first stand. So it's been quite a ride in the lower bracket here for LYON. And it looks like Kobe is about to be ready to interview both Inspired and Dokla on stage. Wonder how much confidence they're going to have going into the C9 series, because a 3-0 would give you a lot more bravado, but you never know. They're always going to speak their mind. They're ready on stage now.
Holy, okay. The end of that game, did your shot calling get any more hype, or was it the same calm that we're expecting?
Honestly, I don't remember. The game was kind of feeling lost, but yeah, I mean, the Rel didn't have Flash in the last team fight, so we knew it could be winnable, and I think the comms were pretty chaotic in that fight, because Berserker was 1 HP, their Kai'Sa was 1 HP, and we felt like whoever dies first will lose, so I don't remember exactly what happened.
Honestly, I thought this was going to go to a game 5 until the moment when you walk down Rahel in the mid lane. What was the comms like that, where you're like, well, this guy's too far up?
Just come mid or we lost, so...
Yeah. Well, you did. You went mid and you didn't lose. Dokla, obviously we've talked a lot about the champion flexibility that you've shown recently here in playoffs. What was the big kind of change as far as the philosophy for Champ Select for the team? Is that a lot of like player-driven, Champ Select, or is it coming from coaching staff?
This one was coaching staff. I mean, I think they just banned Vayne on the 4-5 a lot in the draft, so they were prepared for it. Yeah, just whatever the coaches go, and I'll give my input as well. But yeah, I am flexible.
Yeah. Rigby was saying all of your players are flexible, and it helps a lot. As far as the top and jungle, you've also been ganking a decent amount when Dokla does have these picks that are fairly volatile. Is that just due to the comp, or have you guys also worked on your synergy?
I think just due to the comp. When I have nothing to do, I will just look for a gank, and it happens that people are inting a lot recently, so
yeah. That's right.
All right, well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, no problems. That was, game 1. See, the funny thing about game 1 was we were behind the entire time and then somehow managed to get the Ocean Soul. But it was, right, but the team couldn't mentally make that shift of we're not desperate anymore. It's like, oh, we now have a time to like regroup and get set and pick our fights, right? So that was game 1, which was so bizarre. Is the second we got Ocean Soul, we immediately picked a fight without our ults, without our flashes, and lost. This one, it was more about that one Baron fight where we either should just be we had complete vision in the river, they had none, right? Yep.
So if we just waited for them to walk in and face check and just killed the first guy in, or once we've gone that far down and spent that much energy on the Baron, we got to try and get the Baron and go out. But that was
those are the risky strategies, right? Like you also saw the super minions were flooding that base.
Yes.
You stall for like 40, you don't even do either. Like we'll get one TP in, it's done. Or just wait for that, then do Baron.
Yes, because then someone could just TP into the base onto one of the super minions, right?
Yep, or you do Baron like 4v5 or 5v3.
After you pick someone. Yep.
And then even after that loss, at the Dragon, you had super minions coming again. Stall for 40 seconds, same thing, but we're starting Dragon early. I'm like, it's risky. You're trying to take ownership. It makes sense, but you spent all that time in the base getting the inhibs. You got to use it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a new team, but coming in third in this first tournament, and like I said, going toe-to-toe with LYON here, because last week, Cloud9 definitely showed us they're the class of the league.
Yeah.
But this was, like I said, other than game 2, it was a really competitive series, so it was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for coming and hanging out. And for chat, 3 key questions everyone asked relative to trials. Hopefully here in the next week, certainly in the next 2 weeks, we should have our roster pretty much set. Next weekend, Tarek's doing a watch party. So if you're in New York, Tarek's going to be hosting a Santiago watch party from New York. So we'll have all the information of that. If you go to the SEN shop, we'll be sending out an email about it soon. So you can go hang out with Tarek and watch Santiago when the playoffs start Friday and Saturday. I think as Shio likes to say, it's March 6, 7 is the dates.
Yeah.
And thank you all for hanging out. And like I said, thank you for coming by and helping to, I said, I don't know enough about the game to really help people learn the game, but I can give them kind of the basics of the game. So thank you for coming and hanging out today.
Yeah, no worries. Hope you guys learned some stuff. Hope that we all had some fun. And yeah, thanks for answering the questions too. It was a really good time.
Awesome. All right.
Awesome. Take it easy. Peace.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, chat. Thank you so much for hanging out. Like I said, we'll put out more information about the watch party for next weekend. So if you're in New York, gonna be in New York, around New York, the watch party will be going on there. But yeah, both games 1 and 4, we really had it. That one, game 4 in particular, that was rough. Like game 2, we just did not play well. They just run us over. So you're like, all right. But yeah, this one, given the lead we had, what's he doing to Minikube?
They were able to stomp them out. And even though you could see, based off of what the fans in Twitch chat were voting, 25% going to Dokla, 17% to Inspired, like, it was pretty well even. I thought it would be a little bit more towards Saint because he had some heroic plays in that last game. But you have to give Berserker and Isles, especially like as a combination, the respect that they deserve in lane, and then Berserker throughout the rest of the game as a team fighter. He is just such a valuable asset to have.
Yeah, and one thing I think that is both LYON and C9 have in common is that their jungler can play through any of their lanes, right? So that makes it a super interesting matchup.
With one team being thrown out, we got to see the look at the bracket and who is left in, and it's Cloud9 and LYON in our grand finals for lock-in tomorrow.
Tomorrow, be here.
I cannot wait for this one.
You know what's here before that starts, though?
So everybody, we're playing.
That's true.
So we're playing in America's Cup next week. So I'll post out the information or follow the SEN League of Legends Twitter account. But the America's Cup starts next week. I think it might even start Wednesday or Thursday. It starts very soon. Like the team's flying to Brazil on Monday, I think. So so there will be more League of Legends to watch. Because again, I think certainly for this team, it's a brand new team getting its rhythm together. Having a tournament like that to play in is definitely a great way to get extra reps in. So you'll have, like I said, so you can watch. Hopefully I'll be able to, depending on the times of when the matches are, hopefully I'll be able to stream those as well. But thank you all for coming by and hanging out. And I will give everybody information about when the LYON, about when the next matches are. All right. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. There you go. Wait, there's back to, I guess maybe it was the advantage of the coach wearing a suit instead of Sentinels merch. All right, let's watch the last highlight reel, and then we'll sign off.
Look here.
I'm zoning the other guy.
Okay. Go Baron.
Come, help. Coming. Oriana no flash. In the range no flash. Come. Oriana no flash. I can flash combo her in 4 seconds.
She is on it.
Okay, I will go if she gives me range. Keep clicking.
Go.
Has on it.
It's fine.
Get the mid-wave now?
Yeah,
I go.
Nice.
Can we end?
Yeah, we can.
31 minutes in, the Nexus will fall. LYON take game number 1.
Flip the Drake. Yunara, hit the Drake.
They don't know me.
Girls flash is up.
I'm looking Thunder.
Real has flash now, Berserker.
Thunder.
We got the soul.
We can look. Kai'Sa. Stop watch. Only Kai'Sa. Yeah.
She can't hit anyone.
His ulti. Kai'Sa his ulti.
Sun passive.
Mid. One base.
And LYON have taken the series. They've knocked down Sentinels. They've claimed the soul. And in a hard-fought 4-game series where you thought maybe, just maybe, Sentinels could have pulled it back, LYON make it happen.
Yeah, I think so too. I went to
Okay, flip the Drake. Lunara, hit the Drake.
They don't know me.
Girls flash is up.
I'm looking Thunder. Yeah.
Bro has flash now, Berserker.
Thunder.
We got the soul.
We can look.
Kai'Sa.
Stop watch.
I'm zombie Kai'Sa. She can't hit anyone.
His ulti. Kai'Sa his ulti.
Sun passive.
Mid. One base.
Sure. Nice, guys. Actually, we don't need base. 40 seconds.
No, base. Come on. I mean, the minions.
He said we don't need a base. They needed a base because our super minions were in their base.
Shame if I lost 2 minions right now.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out on the Sentinels Twitch and YouTube and the Sentinels League of Legends YouTube. Whenever it's a big match, we stream it on the Sentinels main YouTube channel as well, just to give more people a chance to know we're playing and come by and watch. So thank everybody for hanging out, and we will see you all very soon.